Hi.
It was so not what I expected.
I had something in my head, but it didn't form right. Like when it started to come out, I was like, no, this is going to go wrong. I got to stop. So good evening, everybody. I'm Kadave, and this is Happy Jacks, and we are playing Star Trek Adventures, Second Star, Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Good one.
Get it, too.
Like the alien hand from Total Recall.
No, it's... Oh my. I know you know better.
So yes, to my left.
Oh, hi, I'm Mac. I'm producing stuff, and it is confusing. And also, I am playing Triss, who is an android, and also the ship's counselor.
Hi, I am Adam, and I am playing Captain now, Isaac Malata, who is a human and the commanding officer of the USS Barbican.
And we have a new person.
Yes.
Behold.
Hello. It's been a minute, Happy Jacks. Hi, it's great. So, I'm here. I'm playing Asala, which is, you asked for it, you wanted it, you asked real hard for it, and I didn't listen, but I did what you wanted anyway, so... and Dorian.
Yes.
Yay. Security chief.
And who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah, you didn't say your name.
Who am I? I'm Jessie. Hi. I forgot how this works. Hi, nice to see you again, people.
So our chief engineer, Jay, a.k.a. Lieutenant Rorg, is away from the ship at the moment. He's busily fixing things in engineering, if you remember where we left off last time. And then hopefully our medical officer will get here in time. We'll see. So we'll find out.
Don't anybody get injured until she gets here.
Right, yeah.
Everybody keep it together.
Yeah.
I have emergency medicine, but I won't understand your emotions while you're upset about it.
Right.
Break out the knee pads, arm elbow pads, and
Right. Oh,
look like a little kid learning to ride the bicycle. We don't want anybody to die tonight.
Thank you.
Yes.
Before we forget.
Yeah. I haven't merged into that part of my brain yet.
Well, we forgot last time, so.
We did. So, as always, as always, when there's a game that actually has rules that I'm playing on the stream, I tend to mess them up. So, I welcome and I encourage feedback from people that are out there watching or listening later. I love hearing from you guys with things that we messed up in the game, because then it helps us run a better game. It helps me learn the rules better. It helps everybody get to play fairly and how things should be. Behold!
Behold! Hi.
She was here the whole time.
I was.
I saw nothing. I told you our chief medical officer would be here shortly.
Oh yeah. Somebody sick?
I told everybody they have to be super careful,
Oh yeah. Don't get hurt yet.
because otherwise you're left to that hologram.
I saved your drink from getting melty.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it wasn't actually used. I just poured yours into mine.
Sure.
because The ice was melting, and I didn't want you to get a weak drink.
Oh, yeah. Should we... These cups are adorable. Should we show them?
Sure.
Look at it. So cute.
So, glasses by Adam for his
Yes.
generosity bringing him to the game.
Oh my God.
What's even better is what's inside them.
I gotta
And-
try this.
Yeah, you
And
do.
I made...
Yes, you do.
Here, pass your glass down.
Yeah.
I'll give you a fresh one.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I made at home an Earl Grey tea liqueur.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
It's amazing.
It's gonna be a good game. I know.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Because it is really tasty, and I am drinking it like it is non-alcoholic.
Oh, that's the best. Oh, it smells so good.
Doesn't it? Oh, it's really
It's
good.
Oh my
the
God.
best.
But it's not actually as scary alcoholic as it could be.
Thank God.
No, that's like candy.
It is like candy.
Oh
It is,
no.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's just the right amount of
no.
sweet. Yeah, it's dangerous.
So, I was just getting into talking about help from our listeners and viewers sending in feedback on things that we mess up rules-wise. And I'm going to go through a list of things that people have pointed out in a second. But first, I forgot last time, and I want to remember this time, to thank Kurt Potts, our common contributor and listener, for putting together the fillable PDF version of the character sheet for me. Putting in all the little fields so I was able to type up stuff for everybody, and you didn't get a character sheet written out by me and not be able to understand what your character is at all. So thanks, man. I appreciate it very much. Some of the feedback seems like everybody's really excited about the game, and I'm happy about that. The first thing that I was a little bit wrong about is your focuses. Your focuses only count as a double success if it falls within your discipline. Okay. So, if you have a 5 in medicine and you're making a roll for with one of your focuses about emergency medicine or something, right? I think that's one of the ones you have. Then, if you roll 5 or less, it counts as double. It's not any success. It's whatever your medicine rating is, whatever discipline is in the roll.
Gotcha.
Okay.
The next thing that was clearly a mess up on my part alone was I need to tell you guys what the difficulty is before I make you roll.
Okay.
I got used to the last game, Tales from the Loop, that was not the case at all, where you just add 2 things and I roll and let's see if you get any 6s. Great, you did it. But in this game, it's very important to be upfront with telling you, okay, well, you're going to need 3 successes so you can know whether or not you want to buy extra dice before you roll, that kind of thing. So I will try and do better this time.
You're already doing great by making this. Like, honestly, you can do whatever you want at this point.
Yeah.
If all the players get wrecked, it's real easy to GM a game.
Star Wreck. New on Happy Jack.
Star Wreck. Change the name of the game.
Right.
If another character or a ship is rolling to assist you on something, they only get to roll 1d20. Not 2. Up to a maximum of 5 d20s on any roll. So that's all added together.
Everyone
however many
doing
you
it.
buy, however many people help you with, up to
Including
5.
the assist?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't ever go more than 5 d20s on a single roll.
Okay.
Which is why I'll never ask for, like, 13 successes.
Yeah.
Like, that's just never going to be a thing.
Yeah. So if somebody already is rolling 5, then it doesn't matter to assist.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But the only way they do that is if they spend a lot of momentum.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But, like, let's say you're rolling your 2d20 and you buy 2. Now you're at 4, and then the ship helps out. Nobody else gets to help out
Gotcha. Okay.
because you're already at 5. If you get a 1 on a d20, it's a critical success, counts as 2. Even if you have a focus, it doesn't count as 4. It's just 2. And that's awesome. So, thanks out there, Brian Scott, for the email. I appreciate it. And Ryan on the forum, thank you for the help. Anytime, because there'll be more. When I mess something up, send an email and we'll get it done. The next important piece of business that I need to do is...
Is it for October? I know you're always a little bit goth-tastic, but it's October officially today. So
Yeah,
just
well,
checking in.
No, this is what I do all the time, is wear things that are...
I haven't seen you wear that hat before, though.
the
I'm
hat
very
is
into
new.
It. That's what okay.
But
So how far ahead?
All of these things can be true.
I am very jet lagged right now.
Can I just say
That
that,
makes sense,
today
then.
I was described as a dark and scary unicorn, and it was the highest compliment I've ever
That's
received.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I like that. That's art. That's poetry.
It was poetry.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Man,
I like it.
Dark and scary.
I like it.
All right. The next important thing I need to mention. Happy Jacks is currently running a listener and viewer survey through the 15th of the month. Lots of the times when we've done these in the past, they actually have a real effect on how the show goes into the future, how we rebalance things, what games we end up running or running more of. That's all part of that. So if you'd like to have your voice be a part of the future of this show, go to happyjacks.org/2018 survey. Now, one thing that's different this time is in order to weed out duplicate responses and people that think they're smart by just trying to repeat the survey over and over again to push their opinion, you do need a Google account and you have to be signed in to take the survey. However, it is still completely anonymous. It does not send off who sent in the survey to us, so we don't find out what it is, and Stu's not going to sit there and go, I'm going to ruin that guy's life. He might try, but he won't have any information to find you. So please, if you're interested in helping out, so we can figure out how to make this show better for you, happyjacks.org/2018 survey.
Do this
The
thing.
more you know. So, yeah. And that's official business. I think we're good.
Official.
And I do have recap, by the way.
Oh, very good.
Yay!
Yes.
You're ready.
We're going to need that in a second.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know what?
excited you are. It's so cute.
Oh, before we do recap,
Yes.
our final person that joined us,
Oh, yeah.
who are you and who do you play?
Oh, hi. I'm Terry Gamble. I play Nishina Loss. I'm a Tellarite. I'm a very surly, old, crazy lady. I'm also the medical officer and have some questionable tactics out there. So watch out for them pills. I feel like I'm an old movie studio person. Like, oh, we gotta get her on set. We gotta get her.
Don't
Oh,
worry.
now we got to get her offset.
Yeah, exactly right.
Smoke these 3 packs today. And you'll be fine.
Take this opium.
Right.
Trust me.
Just need a little more morphine.
It feels so amazing, you won't remember it.
Totally.
I just realized I brought my weird multifunction pen
Oh, nice.
because it lets you write on tablets, or it has a pen, or look, little J.J. Abrams verse. I'm the GM and you can't see me. All you see is a light.
For those of you listening on the podcast, Kadave just shined a light in the camera.
Right in the
His
camera.
pen, it was a pen light.
And you should watch it because you'll see a bright light, and that's all you can get out of those movies.
But somebody is just if you were out there chasing it like a cat.
If you chase the light like a cat, like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube.
I want to know about it.
Yeah, but it's
sure.
going to be just like this
Post your-
random, they walked across the keyboard message.
Right. Yeah.
The tea alcohol is kicking in, everybody.
This is
Wait,
delicious.
what? Is that what's happening?
I'm hot already.
I'll say.
Yeah.
Terry is stripping.
It's really good.
Yes.
I know. It is this is really dangerous.
It's really good. I love this type of tea anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, so happy right now.
I
I'm
get
glad
it.
I made it.
We are too, for sure. All right. Captain, take
Yep.
it away.
Captain's log. Stardate 47711.1. Yes, Captain. Not First Officer. Captain. Captain Isaac Malata, Commanding Officer of the USS Barbican. We were only a few weeks into our survey of the Shackleton Expanse, searching for Verterian Cordonite in support of the rebuilding efforts after Wolf 359. I had been Executive Officer under Captain Raxian for less than 6 months. I was woken in the middle of the night by a Priority 1 message directly from the President of the Federation. The messages said that Captain Raxian had been called away on a special mission. The computer confirmed that the captain, as well as Security Officer Lieutenant Certus and Pilot Lieutenant Frakes, had left in one of our runabouts in the middle of the night. And I was to be promoted to captain and given command of the ship. I woke the senior officers, or what was left of them, and informed them of the message. Lieutenant Rourg, our chief engineer and my old friend, seemed unperturbed by the news, though he was surprised. Dr. Alas was, did I pronounce that right?
Yeah.
Was as grumpy and pessimistic as always, but I asked her to be forward with any advice. She's the most experienced officer on the ship, and until we find a new first officer, I ordered that she take command should I be unfit. I then sat briefly with Ensign Trist, our ship's counselor. Though she's an android, I find her lack of judgment comforting, and her rational advice is like a cold splash of water that wakes me up. I ordered her to keep me under regular monitoring while I deal with the fact that I now have the ultimate responsibility for these 400-some fine crew members. The next day we began receiving a strange signal, a distress beacon with a Starfleet code, but one that hadn't been used since the mid-22nd century, over 200 years ago. As we entered the system to investigate, an unstable anomaly became detectable on our sensors. What seemed to be an erratic wormhole was giving off dangerous graviton particle waves in orbit of the planet where the distress signal was coming from. Lieutenant Rourke modified our shields to bring us in close enough to the other side of the planet, but the transporters seemed too risky. I took an away team of myself, Dr. Alas, Lieutenant Rourke, and Ensigns Trist, Jones, and Devers down to the planet in a shuttle. The ride was rougher than expected, but Rourke made an admirable landing with minimal damage. He and Devers stayed behind to work on the ship, while Alas, Trist, Jones, and I investigated the beacon. We found a shuttle from an NX-class ship, the USS Atlantis, one of the early Warp 5 vessels. One dead body remained inside, his old Starfleet uniform faring much better than the desiccated husk of his body. I was very proud of that sentence.
Yeah. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
some poetry there, too.
Yeah. Also, I was like, I'm not going to write super long, detailed recaps like Sam and Joey do. And then I'm like, no, I wrote a really long. Anyway, Dr. Alas estimated he had been dead for around 5 years. Jones shouted from outside, and we ran out to find her having been shot by a crude arrow. We pulled her to cover, and I managed to shoot down our assailant, one shot, when we went to check on him. It was clear he was wearing rags of a Starfleet uniform, and he was filthy and unkempt, clearly having been here for years. We carried him back to his wrecked shuttle, but it was becoming clear the gravimetric shears were getting worse. Rourke repaired our shuttle and picked us up. We were able to retrieve some data from the shuttle before returning to the ship with our rescued passenger and the corpse of his crewmate. By the time we got back to the Barbican, however, the ship was firmly caught in the pull of the anomaly. Even at full impulse, we were unable to break away, and the anomaly's radiation made creating a warp bubble impossible. Less than 24 hours into my command, and it seems like I'm going to lose my entire ship and crew.
Bum, bum, bum. So, just to get everybody into place, you had returned to the bridge at the end of the last episode.
Yes.
Rourke had gone to engineering and attempted to reroute power.
Yep.
But the
Did
weird
not go
power
well.
drain from this anomaly caused a crazy blowout of all these plasma relays.
Mm-hmm.
So he is head first dived into trying to make those repairs.
Okay.
I believe you went to Sickbay with the unconscious,
Oh, yeah. The guy we got
the
from
dude
Planet. Yeah.
and hobo guy.
Yeah.
and poor Ensign Jones with the arrow.
Yeah.
But you'd already taken the arrow out. She was
Yeah.
stabilized, but
Yeah.
off she went. And then where did you go?
Don't remember.
I think
Okay.
you were going to come to the bridge with me.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Maybe.
you
I
wanna-
think I was
Yeah.
monitoring.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I
Sure.
think so. But, I mean, you don't have to.
No, that sounds like the better option. I knew I was
Yeah.
in engineering at some point, but maybe you would ask me back up afterwards because I was
Yeah.
no help whatsoever.
That's like me in engineering. Or the science lab. Or the med bay.
Yep.
I can do a lot of things, just not these.
Just not these. Yeah, yeah.
And I'm aware out there Jessie wasn't here last time, so she'll be in a minute. We have a plan. Things will work out shortly. Where do you guys want to go first? You want me to go to the bridge? Rourke is just going to be doing his thing.
Okay.
Don't worry about him. But would you like me to go to the bridge, or would you like me to go to the med bay?
You should probably go to the bridge,
To the
right?
bridge? Sure. Let's go to the bridge.
All right.
I am shouting orders. I am asking for suggestions. I am generally trying to get this crew to do all the things that they're good at that I'm not. Because that's all I can do right now. 'Cause-
Solid plan, Captain.
Right. Thank you.
I'm not there yet.
You'll tell me later.
That was one of those other crew members on the bridge.
right.
so
Yeah.
many.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you like yelling?
No, I'm not yelling. I am speaking with urgency.
Okay.
I am not like unhinged for sure, but I think like I'm clearly like I might not be completely composed, but I don't know.
Because that is a red flag for Trist.
I don't know. How reactionary is Trist? I mean, like how...
Well, I imagine
do
Trist
you have
is
your
probably very nearby and is paying attention to the situation, but has been asked specifically to pay attention to your current mental state.
Yes.
And has already expressed concern.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a roll to find out how composed I am? I mean, I do have like skills that like lead me to think that I should be able to handle myself pretty well. Like I have Dauntless, so I'm not easily intimidated. I'm an advisor, so like I'm pretty good at.
Well,
like,
let's do.
You took some weird drugs.
I did take some weird
from the
drugs.
doctor.
Let's do a roll
I met
for
under a very stressful
presence
situation.
and command.
Presence and command. Okay. All right. So we roll 2d20. Presence 12, command 4. So anything under 16.
Yep.
Okay. I got a 1 and an 11. So the 1 counts as 2 successes,
2 successes.
and the 11 counts as another one. So that's 3 successes.
So that
I'm
indicates
doing better
to me
than
that
I thought.
you're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
maybe there's a little edge to your voice.
Yeah.
Because it's a stressful situation.
Right, yeah.
That kind of thing. But nothing.
Yeah.
You're not like, all right, guys, come on, let's not all die out here.
Right. Oh God! We're all gonna die.
You're keeping it together a little better than that.
Yeah.
Things around the bridge.
Oh, do we get momentum?
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
You got an extra
got a
success
bonus
becomes a
success.
momentum that you can then spend on other things.
Right.
So, and I only needed 2 successes for you to kind of keep yourself
Cool.
together. You're
Yeah.
right. Very good. Lieutenant Trop, the science officer, sitting at that one of those like oddball stations off to the side of the bridge,
Yeah.
calls you over and says, "Sir, we've detected in this anomaly, we've detected several other things trapped. We're having a hard time resolving them, but we know that there's several other, maybe they're vessels, maybe it's small
All right, Lieutenant,
planetoids or
I'm going to
something.
need you to be a little more specific than things and maybe.
I'm working on it, sir.
Captain, that is perhaps not the best way to get information out of your fellow crew.
Well, perhaps, but I'm going to need that information. Can I, Lieutenant, Mr. Trop, work on that? Give me some details?
Certainly.
Ensign, can I pull you over to the side? Am I all right?
Do you feel all right?
I do. I'm a little terrified. I'm trying not to let it show, but it is a little difficult.
Well, maintaining composure is the most important thing that you could be doing right now. So I would continue to communicate with the crew in a level, steady voice.
Right, so maybe a little less snark.
That might be wise.
All right. Time for Captain People Person. I can do this.
People person?
Sorry, entities person?
Oh, I wasn't implying that you were doubting my personhood. It was just an interesting turn of phrase.
Yeah. Lieutenant Trop, any
Why
details
don't-
yet?
Roll me 2 blue d20s, and I'll see what he's able to figure out.
12 and a 13. Does the ship get to help?
Sure, the ship can roll.
Sensors is 9, and then science
Absolutely.
2. So science is 2. So
That's just 1d20.
Got to get under 11. 2.
2.
Okay.
Okay. So that's 3 total successes, correct?
Well,
the
I
first,
don't,
yeah,
I don't know
yes.
what the threshold was in the first.
Yeah, 14.
Oh, okay, yeah, then 3 total successes.
Very good. Because that's what you needed. And I forgot to tell you ahead of time.
Yay!
Worst GM ever.
I'm figuring it out. Just you wait.
It's very threatening.
Every time you forget to tell me, you have to refill my drink.
By
pass
the
it
end of
down.
this season, Dave will be unstoppable.
Slowly but surely. Here. Just take care of yourself unless you need more help.
Wait, what just happened?
I'm so excited about this tea.
Terry's
It's so
sorting.
good.
Okay, my brain went to another place, and I'm going to save that for Happy Jack's After Dark.
So, first off, he was able to resolve that the closest vessel to you looks like it just appeared on sensors. You're having, even the long-range sensors at this point are having a hard time resolving anything outside of the system
Yeah.
because of the interference of this wormhole anomaly thing. So, the most recent thing that appeared looks like another vessel was traveling at warp and was almost yanked out of warp by this anomaly. And it's pretty close to you guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's the closest thing. In the distance, it seems like there's another larger vessel, but he hasn't been able to get you much more information on that. And then there's something now that seems to, like, you can even see on the display. It seems like something in the very center of this wormhole is there 1 second and then gone.
Oh.
And then a few seconds later, it looks like it reappears. And then it's gone again. And the sensors are like, I don't know. The ship's computer's like, eh?
Eh?
I love
Yeah.
the L-cars, like, with the display just says, fuck it.
Yeah.
Just ... question mark.
All right. On screen.
So
See what we got.
the closest thing that they pull up on the screen is a Federation Runabout.
New model.
Yeah, I mean, recent model, yeah.
'Cause I know my small craft.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
You know what? I forgot to come up with a river name for it, so you guys can choose. But it looks like one of the nacelles has been partially dislodged.
Yeah.
Like the deceleration of it has caused some kind of major damage. It doesn't look like it's venting atmosphere, and it looks like there's at least one current life sign on board, but beyond that, it doesn't look too functional at the moment.
Let's get a line of communication open to that runabout.
Is communications one of those?
There is one, yeah. Instant Trist, why don't you help communications out with that since Jones is down?
Yeah.
Counselors are good at communications, right?
Sure. I don't know, I just got handed a sheet and I'm just staring at it because there's a lot of words on it and my brain has said
It
no.
is. It's true. Sorry.
Well, here.
Nope.
Jet lag shut down.
Yeah, jet lag is like, haha, you think you're going to read the sheet and figure stuff. No, absolutely not.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's like the end of the night karaoke. I had to call it on a couple of people. I run karaoke, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think I've been typing to chat? It really has been the cat walking across the keyboard. It's just a bunch of, like, random fucking letters.
People are like, is she okay?
Banana cat blue? What? Question mark? Like, share, and subscribe.
Okay, so this is going to be difficulty 2. Probably control and science. Roll
Okay.
to open a hailing frequency.
Okay, so that's a 15.
Yeah, see, you're good at that.
I'm not good at rolling dice left-handed, though. It's not part of my skill set.
And assist from the ship.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
yeah.
Feast and famine. I got a 1 and a 20.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So that gives you the 2 successes you need from the 1.
Okay.
But rolling a 20 gives you a complication.
Sure.
So you have established communications with the ship,
But
but like all long-range communications seem to have gone out. So anything outside the small little bubble around the ship that you can reach with like radio waves,
It's the anomaly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's it. Subspace communication is
Sure.
out. That's the word I was looking for, and I
Yes.
found it finally in the filing cabinets of my brain.
Yeah. Well, contact has been established.
Federation Runabout, this is the USS Barbican. Please identify yourself. Do you need assistance?
Oh, me.
We just talked about this.
I'm just going to blame it on the tea.
It is the
Right.
tea, and that is the. It's the tea, and that's the tea.
Now you know why Captain Picard was walking in and ordering one all the time.
Right? Yeah.
He didn't actually want it to be a hot temperature. He just
Right, yeah. Hot was Captain's code word for alcoholic. Yeah.
I need to figure out how to pronounce my last name.
Yeah.
Tea, Earl Grey, lit.
Josavat.
Josavat.
Josephet.
Josavet.
Oh, this sounds very French.
Josavet.
Wait, before we proceed, was I sent here to be their security chief?
Yes.
You talked about this? Okay. Yes,
you're
it
the
is.
replacement. However, there were 2 other officers on board that one is for sure dead in this
For sure
accident, and one is at least unconscious.
So we do need assistance. Yes. Okay. Yes, this is this is Asala Josephet. We have 1 deceased on board and 1 unconscious, and we do need assistance.
Acknowledged. Did you give your rank?
My rank,
Lieutenant,
Lieutenant.
yeah.
I am Lieutenant. There it is.
Acknowledge, Lieutenant. Stand by. We'll see what we can do from here, although we're a little stuck ourselves.
A little stuck.
How is your life support? Other systems? Propulsion?
How are those things?
Life support is okay. It seems like everything's running on emergency power because the engines are just out.
Okay. Our engines are out. Life support is stable.
Copy that. How many do you have on board?
Me and 1 deceased and 1 unconscious.
Wow.
All right.
Are you? Are you okay?
That's normally the question I would ask you, Captain.
I am fine, just gathering information.
Taking on dead weight, literally. Sorry.
Keep this channel open, Lieutenant, and if there are any changes, please let me know immediately. This is Captain Mulata of the Barbican. I need ideas. Kind of stare around the room.
Wait, did you verbally say I need
No,
ideas?
no.
Okay.
not yet. Anyway.
Okay.
You.
She just pushes the button very awkwardly for
Yeah.
muting communication.
Yeah. It's I hope that Trist knows what I mean by he's pushing my finger
It's like
down.
that scene in Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
And she goes.
I know where the hold button is.
Right. Yeah. I was agreeing with you. Yes,
We're dead.
All right, crew. I need ideas. We need to rescue the passengers that Runabout, and we need ourselves out of this ASAP. I'll take any suggestions.
So, here's where a mechanic that we didn't get to use last time can come into play. For people that aren't in a scene
Yeah, we can be
necessarily,
NPCs for that scene,
you
right?
can be an NPC in that scene. So I tossed out a couple. So there's a science and engineering-y person. There's a science and medicine-y person. There's a pilot and engineer. Other way around, engineer and pilot. Or here's a primary pilot person. with a little bit of engineering.
Can I be an engineer pilot, please?
Nice.
Certainly. Oh, but I messed that up. Here you go.
It's the tea. All right. Excellent. Ooh. My name is Osul. I like it, and I'm a Vulcan. Perfect. Is this your writing?
No.
Okay, no, it's someone else. Oh, this is, you guys made the map at your thing,
Yep.
right? I like it. All right.
These are pulled from the pile of people that helped me learn how to make characters for the system.
I love
Nice.
it. All right. Well, Captain, we could actually maybe, I don't know, I guess I'm out of ideas too. I'm so sorry.
You are the worst.
Why did I even speak up? Just to get your hopes up, that's why.
Right, yeah.
Well, I thought I could think of something quite logical, but at the moment, logic is escaping me.
Now, there is something that you can do. When you're stuck in a situation, we can use the... can you pass me the book?
Yes.
The
Bible.
they have...
Like, what's going to save this?
Oh, the
save this ship? What's
hypothesis
gonna save
thing?
these
Yeah, they
people?
have a whole method for coming up with a scientific theory.
I really need to get one of these books. They're so pretty.
And then you guys
it really
can,
is pretty.
can test that theory.
Oh, here it is.
I know something
page
about your
157.
character. I just had a
157.
thought.
I actually opened right to it, oddly enough.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. That's how quick I am. Sorry.
Wherever you are, that's where you need to be.
So what's our idea?
Is the
Okay.
transporter not functional?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Transporter lock.
So the first thing that needs to happen
Thanks,
is...
Is your
Oh, yeah, you hate transporters.
You're going to just show up and be like...
Hi, I'm your
cowering too.
security chief.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, so for the audience at home, do you want to explain one of the things that came up in your character creation?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
so one of the things that came up in Asala's character creation is that she was in a terrible transporter accident and now really doesn't like using transporters. And that might be our only solution.
That's hilarious.
So, in order to get power to the transporter system, someone will need to make an engineering roll
Oh, well,
to
I'm an
transfer
engineer.
power.
So,
By the way, I noticed this NPC says commander. Can we bump that down? Because
Well, they went through this. Yes, that's fine.
what do you mean? I'm very... what am I, a lieutenant or something then? What am I? You want?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should
just
probably
give
reassign them
themselves
and
a
make them all like
title.
lieutenants.
Yeah, because if there's another commander on the ship that was
Can you imagine?
longer serving than me, they probably would have been.
Oh, one of my focuses is transporters. So
Hey.
that's got to be good, right?
There you go.
Right?
Perfection.
So we've got a focus of transporter, and then what else we're looking at? We're looking at
Let's do
engineering and
engineering and control, probably.
okay. So that's a 13.
Okay. And what's the engineering on that character?
The engineering is 4, and
Okay.
the control is 9.
Cool.
And then I have my focus of transporters. Hopefully that helps us too.
So if you roll 4 or less, it counts as doubles.
Okay.
Be two successes. Difficulty. See, I remembered.
Thank you.
Yay!
And I'm rolling 2 or 3.
2. Somebody
yeah.
else can roll 1 for the ship.
Yep.
We got
I
What the?
got the exact same roll as my
Whoa.
dear friend over here. I've got a 20 and a 1.
Your friend.
Jesus.
Well,
Would
in my mind,
that
I'm friends
be
with everybody.
computers and engineering or sensors and engineering?
Your enemy?
Depends on how the night
Probably
goes.
sensors and engineering.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
No, you know what? It's probably not.
Computers and sensors are the same.
Because I don't
just
think
a
you as a
second.
human. I mean, you know.
So it would probably actually be like engines and engineering.
Oh, okay. That's
Because you're
even better.
transferring power
Okay. This is 12.
for this.
Nope.
Nope.
Did not help.
That's okay. You still got 2 successes.
Great.
So it's going to happen. You have managed to shunt power from the backup reserves to the transporter system.
That's me. You see that? Very official.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You're physically loading it up in little bricks and carrying it over to the system, putting it in there. So you have done that, but the way to shift it to anything else, like the relays that you had to use, are now burnt out. Because the 20 gives you a complication. So transferring power to another system from the transporters is going to be difficult.
Okay.
Because the ship has a power rating, if you look on your little ship sheet.
Yeah.
And at this point...
It says 15 total.
Right. At this point, really there's just enough for life support and the engines that are keeping you guys from being sucked farther into this thing.
Okay.
So you've managed to transfer a point out of the engines. The ship is just very slightly starting to lose ground, but the transporters are now operational.
Okay.
So somebody can do control and engineering roll to use the transporter
Still you,
system.
Lieutenant O'Sullivan.
Me again? Okay.
Oh.
3 to 12.
There you go.
That works.
So, again, how about I'm going to make it a default rule. If I don't say a difficulty, you need 2 successes.
Okay.
That's sort of the default level.
Okay.
If it's going to be harder, I'll tell you. If it's easier for some reason, I'll tell you.
Okay.
So you have managed to get a transporter lock. Are you just going to beam them off without warning them? Or
Oh yeah, we're on
do.
mute.
they're on mute, they have no idea what's happening.
Oh, yeah. Let's... Lieutenant, do we have transporter lock?
Oh, yeah. It's go. Oh, yeah.
Trist, open the channel. Unmute
You're halfway
the
through
channel.
that motion of like,
Yeah.
like, yeah, everything's fine.
Lieutenant Joe Javette,
Yes.
this is Captain Mulata. We
Yes.
are preparing to transport you off.
Oh, this is awkward. About that.
Awkward?
Transporters and me, not really simpatico, not really good, don't really like that. Is there another solution?
Can you please explain that? Because your options right now might be transporters or death. So I'm going to need you to be specific.
Well, I might choose death.
Captain,
No.
that seems a bit
I'm just
extreme.
kidding.
They are obviously experiencing high levels of anxiety.
Sorry, I realize you might be highly stressed and anxious over this situation. However, I need to get you and the other passengers off alive, and transporters might be our only method of doing that.
Right.
Is there a physical limitation to you being able to not use a transporter?
Not exactly. Hold on. Should I make a roll for like whether or not I'm brave enough to do it, or should I just make that decision?
Oh, well,
You can just make that decision.
Okay.
and I can do it without your consent.
I'm just ready. I know. I'm like,
Yeah, this can get real ugly real
I know,
quick,
right?
Lieutenant's ready.
for sure.
Yeah.
Captain, I don't know how much longer we can hold. This power is very, very tenuous. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, here, I'm back. Okay, yeah, okay, just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Stand by for transport. Lieutenant Osul, make the transport happen. Ensign Trist, why don't you meet our guest down in the
Captain.
transporter room? Make sure that she's okay.
Absolutely.
You just hear like a shriek in the distance.
I imagine you
It's
get down to the
that
transport,
yell
you're
while
still
being
shrieking.
transported, so it's the voice that gets all like,
Right? Yeah.
It's another
yeah.
Galaxy Quest reference where like
Yeah.
they appear in that goop and they're all like
Yeah.
they get
Yeah.
transported.
Oh, so good.
so you and the unconscious pilot and the commander that was on board that is now deceased
No.
are
Dead weight.
you are all now on the transporter pad.
Excellent.
And then are you heading down to
Yeah.
the, okay. So in a second we'll do that. But for the time being, back on the bridge, the you see the the runabout, as it's being, because it didn't really have engines to resist, so it's accelerating farther and faster away from you guys.
Okay.
And you see that, like, as it goes, speeds up a little bit, that one nacelle that was kind of hanging loose breaks off and spins away and leaves a little glowy trail of special effects.
Yes.
But it's now at a distance where you can't really worry about, you can't get a tractor beam on it or anything,
Okay.
even if you wanted to. But since the Barbican is now slowly losing ground into this thing as well, sensors have managed to resolve the second vessel that appears to be here, and it appears to be, at least in profile, of an NX class vessel.
Oh. That's odd. My God, that must be the Atlantis.
And it looks like there has been some external damage to the ship.
Okay. I feel like we're going to need to investigate and analyze. So if you want to move on, or if you want to...
Okay. Well, we'll take a minute.
Let me think.
I think we should go to Sickbay.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I'm hanging out with all these like half-conscious people. and-
Cranky doctor.
So,
what do you mean?
so you've got the sedated,
Jones?
no, the sedated weird guy from the surface, and you have Ensign Jones, who is stable and recovering. So she's just sort of like under a blanket off to the side. You already kind of did the basic medicine to heal her. She's probably going to need a couple extra sessions with the magic wand
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
makes things go away. Or I guess I gotta get my brain spun up tonight.
Wait, sorry. if you're
The
wondering.
dermal regenerator.
Dermal regenerator.
Dermal
Yes.
regenerator.
Yeah.
I feel like all of our medicine is going this way, right? I'm like hopeful for the future of like more lasers to like fix things.
Yeah. Somehow a laser that can make skin grow
Yes.
would be great.
It's coming. All right.
But she's okay and she's stable off to the side. There's this guy with who knows what's up with him, sedated, and then you now have word that there's another unconscious person that's going to be delivered here shortly.
Great.
And you've probably also dealt with a couple of people from engineering that have like minor burns, but you took care of them quickly. They're back to work.
Just take 2 of these. You'll be good. Sleep through the night. There you go. All right. So where are you coming in from? These NPCs people. Who are these people? Do we have names for these?
The unconscious person is the unconscious person is an ensign.
Okay.
In a red uniform, and it's not someone you recognize
So
as part of
they're
the
probably
crew.
gonna die. Okay.
Give up on this one.
It seems like they probably hit their head.
Okay.
Like it was the pilot of the Runabout when they came to a screeching halt. It looks like
yeah,
it's like
I get right into that.
because they don't have airbags in Federation vessels or
Imagine that.
seatbelts.
I've been telling them they need. I know, right? What is that about? They have no
inertial
safety restraints.
dampers. That's the
Right?
need them.
Oh my gosh.
Those never get overloaded or a problem.
There's never a problem.
Yeah.
I love when they say like the inertial dampers are out. It's like, yeah, and if they were, you would be goo on the back wall of the ship. So,
Only if they change speeds.
right,
You can
yeah.
be going really, really fast.
Right, yeah.
As long as you stay exactly the same speed.
Right.
You're going to be fine.
Forever. Yeah,
It's
a
like
really weird version of speed.
speed. Yes. I was thinking that too.
Keanu Reeves comes crawling through a Jeffrey tube. You have to stay at warp 6.
Whoa, we can't go below warp 6.
Oh, so good. All right. Well, this one, it's not looking good. All right. Well, looks looks like you hit your head. Okay. And then I have this other, and then who's the other person that's like has a little more conscious? There's another person who said.
Well, no, there's the unconscious person that's being wheeled in.
And a dead person. Sorry.
And a dead person. That,
already dead. Excuse me.
they're just wheeled right into your morgue.
Yep, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Another one. It fights the. Anyway, sorry.
Another one that you don't recognize.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna try to see what I could do to heal this person.
Sure.
So do I need to roll to heal this person? Maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So go with reason and medicine.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Reason's great. And medicine, okay, that's 15. All right, I got a 7 and a 12.
2 successes.
All right.
Again, I didn't say anything, but it's always 2 if I don't tell you.
Right, we got it.
So you're good. So you managed to kind of, like they had a fracture in their skull here. You get the swelling down and kind of fix it up. Apply some stuff
You'll
to cover
still
up the
be
bruise.
handsome, don't worry.
And then where did I just had them all here. The pilot. I'm sorry. Is not an ensign; it's a lieutenant.
Lieutenant. Okay, then you might be okay.
you might make it through this. He kind of sits up and shakes his head a little bit, and he goes, "What? Where are we? What?"
Oh, you're on the USS Barbican. Your ship got into a little trouble, it looks like, and you hit your head pretty hard.
Well, I guess we ended up in the right place.
Yeah, you're in the right spot. You're doing a lot better. Could have been touch and go there for you. You could have gotten left out there. Guess they transported you on in here.
Well, I'm glad that worked out.
What kind of mission were you on?
We were to meet up with you and take new assignments here on the ship.
Oh, you're the replacements.
Yes, yeah. We had Commander Lorash, and then Lieutenant Zhuzh. Jojavet. I'll get it in a while. It takes me a bit.
It's like JoJo's got to go to the vet.
Yeah.
Jojavet. Do what you got to do.
I'll remember that now for sure.
Now I'll remember it. It's my character's name.
That's super helpful. Thank you. Yeah, we were to meet up with you, but we detected an anomaly right as we were coming out of work.
Oh yeah,
and
we've been dealing with some stuff out here. It's been kind of rough.
Okay.
You need a drink?
No, I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm feeling a lot better. So I should probably go report for duty.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
You're probably confused. The captain's a fresh captain. Like he got made captain like last night.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Wow.
You kind of see that he's like a little concerned as he's like, well, thank you,
don't want a
doctor.
drink?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I should go see if I could help out.
I think I'm gonna have one.
You've just got this. You got the medical cart, and it's got like all the medical devices on top, but then it's got like a refrigerated drawer.
For sure. For sure.
Pulls out with a little ice bucket.
Med/bar cart.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Go out and help the captain if you like. I might meet you up there later. See what's going on.
So I'll put him out there as he's headed up to the bridge. So that leaves you with the sedated weird guy from the surface.
Yeah, I'm gonna check him out. All right, weird guy. Let's see what you got.
All right. So you can do control and medicine.
Okay.
Difficulty's 2. Even though it's 2, I remembered this time, so I said it.
All right. Control and medicine. Let's do that because that is 16.
And the ship can help out with a sensors and medicine.
Okay.
If somebody wants to roll
Someone
a
wants
D20
to roll
for that.
the ship. I will roll up for the ship.
The ship rolled an 18.
I got a 5 and a 7.
I just want
So that's 2 successes.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, it's a human for sure.
Okay.
It looks like he's been subsisting on He's borderline malnutrition. It seems like he's probably just been surviving off of whatever little animal life he can catch on the surface, because it's been a while since the emergency ration packs ran out in that little shuttle. But it looks like he's got some kind of chemical imbalance in his brain. Like something's gone weird in there.
Huh. Well, looks like you lost your mind a little bit, maybe. A little crazy? Are you feeling crazy?
Maybe you should go. Maybe
I
Trish
guess
should go
maybe
to
I
medical bay.
I don't know.
I'm apparently occupied, so I'm missing all of this.
We should just have you constantly
Can you
monitoring
imagine?
the doctor.
Why would I need monitoring?
Should probably order that at
Fine.
some point.
Right.
I'm super fine. I've been doing this forever. I'm really fine. All right, so can I do a brain scan then? Do I get to do it?
Yes, you can absolutely see if there's some way you can help out with this.
Okay.
So
So I don't have to call Trist if I don't want to, but I might have to.
So this one's going to be a little more difficult.
Yes.
It's 3 difficulty.
Okay.
Control or reason and medicine. Try and figure out. Oh, I'm sorry, I could have.
Well, I'm going to do control because that's higher, so let's do that.
Sure.
Okay. Control and medicine.
And this time the ship can help out with computers and medicine.
Okay. I got 1 success and 1 not success.
All right.
Because I got a 19 in this. The other one was a 6, I think. And then, do you want to roll the ship?
I was good.
Sure. Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just looking at the numbers because that'll probably be helpful. 10 under 12, so.
Okay. So that's 2 successes so far. You're not
Not enough.
making headway. Yeah.
I guess I got to call that robot thing.
Oh, highly offensive.
Oh. I grew up in a different time. The times were different.
Holy fuck.
Cannot use the R word. Okay.
What, robot? Oh, so sorry. Hey.
There's this one like Armatron thing in the corner of Sickbay that's all aww.
I think Terry needs this right now.
Yes. Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry, what? Oh.
I didn't know there was a Savage fan. I knew there was a Shade fan.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Savage fan because it lives with me.
Yes. That's real life. All right, so I'm going to call you up on the comms. Can you send Trist up here? I mean, down, wherever. Can you send Trist?
I love that you didn't call Triss directly.
Dr. Elias, can't you just contact her?
Oh.
We're a little busy up here.
Okay, fine. Yo. Should not say yo. That is not great character work, you guys. I'm going to blame the tea.
Actually, yo is a little-known Tellarite greeting.
Oh, yeah.
Meaning
perfect.
colleague in highest respect, I summon you.
Oh, yeah, exactly right. Nope, that's still wrong.
Their language is very straight and to the point. If you can say all of those words with 2 letters,
Very
do it.
all right, though, because it's like,
All right, just spend the momentum for it.
oh my god. All right. Trist.
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah, I could use your expertise, please.
I will be there as soon as I am able. I am dealing with the lieutenant that
I
was
got
just
a
brought on
crazy
board.
guy that's from the surface that we picked up. His brain, I don't know. I can't read it. I could use your help.
I will be there as soon as I'm able.
Okay, great. I'm going to have another drink. I'll see you in a few.
So I think this is a
break
perfect
soft
scene
before the
transition to the transporter room.
Asala's just like,
I imagine
Galaxy
that
Quest
came,
shaking.
that came through like right as Triss is staring very pointedly at you the entire time and is talking to the doctor but not breaking eye contact with you.
this is
Not
all very
blinking.
unnerving.
Welcome aboard, Lieutenant. I can tell that your anxiety levels are extremely elevated right now.
Can you?
Would you
Thank
like
you.
to tell me why?
I was in a transporter accident. Don't like transporters. But
Well-
it's over now. And I'm fine and we're here.
Well, that would make sense.
Yes.
Are you feeling okay? Do you require further medical attention?
No, I'm okay.
Are you just saying that because you want me to believe that you are okay, or are you actually okay?
I'm sorry. Are you like the counselor?
Yes, that is my function on the ship.
Okay. Well, I am very okay. We should probably get to business.
Well, I am needed in sickbay. If you would like, you can report directly to the captain.
Yes, I will do that.
Do feel free to seek me out should you feel not okay.
Excellent. I will do that. All right, I'll toddle on up to the
I
captain.
love Trist's counseling sessions.
I know.
They make me
Literally
so
my
happy
favorite
inside.
thing. I just wait for it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But I love her face. Like, oh, they made you the counselor. Like, okay. Like, what kind of ship is this? Okay.
We're all
Literally like the
thinking
exact
that.
thought.
Yeah.
I don't want to insult you, but
But
So you probably run into the lieutenant that was the pilot on your runabout in the
Okay.
turbo lift going up to the bridge because he was just coming from sickbay.
wonderful.
And he's probably like, "Did you hear? The captain's only been the captain for one day." And you're like, "The counselor is an android. What is going on?"
What did we sign up for?
And the doctor offered me drugs.
The doctor offered me alcohol.
Right.
That's right, you did, doctor.
Do you need a little drink?
Oh,
I'm just being hospitable. you know?
yeah. Welcome to the
Welcome
weirdest
aboard.
action. I promise we are not a comedy troupe.
Well, darn it. That's what I signed up for.
Yet.
Yeah, right, yet.
So, let's go back to the bridge. The sensor scans have gotten a little better as you've gotten a little bit closer now to what is clearly the Atlantis. It makes out hull markings and stuff at this point. If somebody would like to do a reason and science,
Ooh, that is not
but we have
necessarily me. I had a 9.
Yeah, is there somebody good out of the NPCs there?
we do.
Oh, let's see.
There's a
Forgot I'm a Vulcan too.
there's
My
also
reason's 12.
a Betazoid
Besides
science
the only
officer
Ooh.
person
Well, let's see.
somebody can play.
Wow, there are a lot of numbers on this sheet that they just kind of
Yeah.
scribbled in there. And arrows?
All right.
I can
This is
probably
amazing.
suss it out a little better
Aeroplane.
if we need.
Well, I'm just not sure if these numbers have been factored in or not. Or do I need to actually do the math?
I think they probably factored them in. So
Okay,
just
I
go
hope
with
so.
the numbers that are there.
Cool,
The
alright.
final note. It's probably like they made notes as they went and then they fixed it.
And you wanted a reason and science, is that what you said?
Yes, reason and science. And the ship can help out with sensors and science.
Okay.
What's the character's name?
This is Otam Ubracy, and is a Betazoid.
Okay, all right.
So it's a 15 to roll against, so...
Lieutenant O'Bracy? Mm-hmm. O'Bracy?
It looks like
Abrasive.
Obracy.
O'Bracy.
Oh, Bracy.
All right.
Oh,
What was that? Oh, that was a 5 and a 4.
Nice
And then
work.
the ship is...
And that counts as extra stuff, too?
Ship is doing sensors and science?
Do they have a
Nice.
focus that would apply here? If you can read those. I promise I'll go through and type all these extra.
I
is way more
don't
fun.
think so. The closest would be physics, but I don't think that's right.
I'll actually give you physics.
Okay.
Uh,
And the
So
ship got
that's-
the ship got a 2.
The ship also,
So it's 3 successes?
You're at 3 already. Cool.
Is that a momentum?
It is.
Yes.
The weird disappearing, reappearing anomaly at the center of the wormhole. It's when it's visible to the sensors, it appears to be made out of some substance that you can't identify, which means it's something outside the scope of the periodic table as known to 24th century humans.
Ooh.
It's something strange, and then as it phases away, it just seems to slowly fade and then be gone. And then a few seconds later, it kind of comes back and goes away again. But it's pretty small. But it seems to be also the source of all of these gravity waves that are pulling ships in, and all this wormhole hopping around business. All of that seems to be centered around this object.
Oh.
Captain, you're familiar with the periodic table, I take it? Yeah?
Yes, I am.
This doesn't go with any of those things.
Anywhere?
No, like, they're gonna have to add another box to the table at some point once we figure this out.
Great. You're going to get a name on the table.
Ooh, racy element. I like
Bracium.
Obracium. Let's dream that name up later. Can you...
sorry.
Can you categorize the properties for me or anything? Like, what are we dealing with here? Lieutenant, welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir.
Do you have your orders?
Left on the Runabout, I assume, along with my personal effects.
Great. What do you do?
I pilot.
Are you assigned as helmsman?
If you'll have me.
Take the seat. Lieutenant.
I am the security chief.
New security chief.
Yes.
Great. Get to tactical. See what you can make out. I would love any ideas that anyone has. Lieutenant O'Bracy.
Yes.
Further readings, ideas, hypothesis?
Additional information. It appears that as objects close in on this thing at the center of the anomaly, there's a time dilation effect.
Ooh.
Oh.
Like the waves of gravity and time-space are getting crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I was imagining in my mind. I love it.
So, it seems it's actually affecting time as well, which most periodic elements don't do, so maybe it doesn't even fit on the table. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen anything like this before.
I'm a little comforted to know that you don't know what it is either.
Why is that comforting again, Captain?
Because I have no idea what the hell it is.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Great.
But time dilation would explain the Atlantis being in there. And
Would also explain the jump to the left and the step to the right. I'm sorry.
Are you, though?
It's not a warp. It's a dilation.
Lieutenant Jojevet, please escort Osil to the brig.
Are you serious?
I'm not trying to be insolent. I'm so sorry.
Now I want to watch Vulcans do the time so much.
Right?
But
Why are we jumping
like,
again?
it's
It's not logical.
not a good jump
Just
either.
every 7 years, man. They just let it all out.
I was just about to say that, just during Ponfar, the mating dance of the Vulcans.
The door opens and here's Nurse Chapel with some soup, and then Spock's just going.
Can't you mean?
Do the Vulcan thrust. Drive upon far. Okay, tone.
Yes.
Tone.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. It had to be done.
Blame the tea again.
It was
Right,
just
yeah.
in my head and it kept going on a loop. I had to share.
I get it.
It would explain an awful lot, though.
Yes. Can you tell me why is the Atlantis still there? Did they have power? I mean, we have our engines at full power, and we're just barely staying out of this thing. How can they? the Runabout got sucked in immediately after engines were cut. So the Atlantis has to have some kind of power going, right?
So why don't you do another
What role do you
reason
want?
and science?
All right.
Or insight and science in this case.
Okay, I gotta stop hitting this camera. I'm not used to wearing a hat.
Oh, insight I'm much better at. Can I assist? I have this. What's this advisor thing?
So I've got a
So in this case,
15 in that.
we'll do 3 difficulty.
Okay. Do I need to roll for the
Advisor.
ship or something?
When I assist another character using my command discipline, the
successes.
character being assisted may re-roll a d20. Oh, that's good.
And can
So,
the ship
yeah.
assist?
For sure. The ship can use like sensors in science.
Okay. So that's 9 and 2, so 11. Nope. So sorry.
Okay.
Banish it.
Were you going to
Okay.
do something?
Oh, well, I can I have a thing that helps when I assist using my command discipline.
So go for it.
Okay. So I'm
So you can assist with command if you
in
succeed.
insight and command.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's an 8. I needed 14.
Okay. So one of the other d20s that has been rolled can be re-rolled. So you got 2 successes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we re-roll the ships?
Nice.
You want me to do it? Or
Yeah, you do it. You do it. I'm commanding.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's a 10. So yeah, that works.
Okay. So with 3 successes, you can now detect that there's sort of almost like the current in a river. There's little pockets where it seems to eddy a little bit and be sort of semi-stable, and it looks like the Atlantis is in one of these.
Are we able to detect if there's a route through these eddies? Like, if we can tell that they're there, is there a way to, now that we have a new pilot
Navigate.
through these eddies to get to the Atlantis?
That seems like something that could absolutely be possible.
Well, Captain, maybe we can actually pilot through some of these channels and get to the Atlantis. And also get us to a more stable position as well.
That is an excellent idea. Send the data to Khan, Lieutenant
Cortial.
Cordial. Lieutenant Cordial, plot a course based on the data from science. No, come up and help.
Sure.
Yeah. It's,
Do you want me to play them, or do you want one of the rest of you all?
I've already got a dude.
I don't mind.
Go for
Oh, yeah,
it.
go for it. I was like, I will play anybody you tell me.
How do I do?
So you want to do control and con.
Okay. So that is 11.
The control is that low? That's pretty funny. Sorry.
7 and 18.
oh, in the ship?
And then the ship can assist for sure with... I don't have a ship sheet in front of me.
Structure plus con, engines, sensors.
Let's do sensors and con.
Sensors and con.
Because he's trying to use this sensor data to navigate the ship.
Ooh, 11, just what I needed.
Okay?
Right? It has to equal or under?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So that's 2 successes, which with the provided sensor data was enough. The ship, since basically all the engine power was pushing the ship out, right? It was just, here's the bad thing behind us, and we're just trying to get away from it. As the ship begins to turn, it sort of slews, like if you've ever seen a speedboat that's going really fast and makes a really hard turn, and it kind of just spins out. That's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
Even though the ship's not actually moving that fast, it's just this weird effect of like, oh, and now you're going much quicker than you should be. But he manages to get you guys into sort of the little eddy around where the Atlantis is. And now that you've gotten a little closer, you can tell that the Atlantis doesn't seem to have any external power, but there are life signs aboard, and it looks like life support is still operational, but the engines are offline.
How is that possible? Nice work, Cordial. Well done, Lieutenant O'Bracey. Let's open a channel. USS Atlantis. This is the USS Barbican. Does anyone read us?
Crickets.
It's
Space
a ship full of
crickets.
Space crickets.
Oh, devastating. Oh, I
To
would not
feed
like that.
the space tarantulas.
No,
It'll
thank
be here
you.
shortly.
This is a hard pass.
I do not like space bugs.
This is another bug hunt, sir.
Aww. That guy just died.
Oh, that is true.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's
Sergeant
R.I.P.
A. Coleman.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Lieutenant Osel, see if you can get communications online.
Working on it, Captain. I got to roll for that, yeah.
Well, on your end,
Yeah.
you're open to hailing frequency. That's
Yeah.
no difficulty in this case. But you don't seem to get any response.
Okay.
So
Are transporters working?
they are still powered, since no one asked for the power to be
That's
shifted
all we
elsewhere.
have. That's the only power we have really right now.
Yeah, shields, weapon, none of that. But
Yeah.
Did you want to send somebody on, Captain?
Let's hold here for now. Let's gather all the data we can. Lieutenant Jojevet, you're with me. We're going to sickbay.
Okay. Yes.
Meanwhile, in sickbay,
she's sitting there on the desk.
Oh,
although we should probably rewind time slightly to Trist showing up to help out.
Right. Well, this is the Trist wake up. Yeah.
perfect.
You have it probably. You have the computer rigged so when somebody's walking down the hallway, it gives you a beep.
And we killed a bottle.
One soldier down.
Oh, of course.
Can I just pay you $20 a week to bring me a bottle of this?
Right?
I can handle that.
Good.
It's amazing.
How often do you make this?
Well, this is the first time I've made it.
This
Actually,
is amazing, and you'd have to make it again now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would buy it for
Oh,
sure
God,
too.
yeah.
it's not actually difficult to make.
All right,
Well,
well,
then
that's
I'll
the rest of
gladly
the
take a
episode
recipe.
is tell us how to do this.
I would take the recipe. All right.
Doctor,
Oh, yes. Oh, you made it down here. Great.
seems you were sleeping while you were supposed to be
No.
working.
I was meditating. Yeah. I meditate. That's what keeps me so calm.
Is this the reason you've never been to see me?
I don't know what you're talking about. I asked you to see this guy. I can't get a quite good reading on what's going on inside mentally. I think being on that planet has had some effects on him that I'm not quite sure how to figure out.
This
I
guy's
actually need
unconscious, right?
He is still sedated.
Unfortunately, I cannot easily diagnose patients that I cannot talk to.
Oh, you're one of just those talkie doctor things.
I am the ship's counselor.
Talkie doctor thing. I forget. I'm sorry. It's just his brain. The readout I'm getting is unclear just based on scans. It looks like it could be something very bad. I don't know if it was just, like I said, the effects of being on another planet. Who knows? I'm going to see if we can get him back to consciousness, and then maybe you can help.
I would be more than happy to.
All right, you want to hold this? All right.
What am I holding?
I don't know. It's something we're going to use to help. Here. It's got a laser thing on it. We're going to help me scan and help wake him up. And then we're going to scan. I'm going to roll for that, I guess, to see if we can wake this guy
So,
up.
are you going to try and wake him up first, or are you going to try and scan him again first?
I want to scan again and see if I get any more information, but I feel like I didn't get anything last time, though, so I feel like we just need to wake him up, maybe.
Well, you did find out a lot about his, and you know that there's this weird chemical thing.
Yeah, that's going on in his head.
Um,
So maybe I'm a little scared to wake him up, too, but
So you can make a scan roll again.
Yeah.
Sure.
let's scan him one more time just to make sure.
Control or reason and medicine,
Okay.
and then you can help out.
Yeah, I was
Too.
hoping.
So
Here's
sure here.
that.
I'll just put.
I'm sorry, which
people back
two
out
things
there
did you
when
say?
Control and reason, control or reason, and medicine.
Okay.
Okay.
Using control on
Let's do
medicine.
difficulty 3.
Okay.
Oh, it's the same thing for me.
Boop, boop.
And you do have momentum. You can always buy extra dice.
What is this? Oh,
I have one success.
I don't think I'm going to waste it on this guy. Is that bad? One success for you. One success for me. That's 2 successes. Can I get the ship's help?
Yeah.
Okay.
The ship can also assist with computers and medicine.
Yes,
There you
please.
go.
Yes.
So
Computers and medicine.
9 and medicine 3, so 12.
12.
Big money, big money, big money.
Big boots, no whammies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Three
Nice.
successes.
You realize that it seems like something that he ingested on the planet was some kind of toxic to humans.
So is he dying now?
No.
I'm always worried everyone's dying, clearly.
So he ate Taco Bell.
But it would explain the mental, like the chemical imbalance in his brain. So you figure out a way that you can start
Giving him
help
pills.
that. Yeah, like the correct medical treatment for that. But you're going to need to do a difficulty 3, insight and medicine,
Oh, wow. Okay.
to correctly administer this treatment.
Okay.
I will try and assist with that as well.
All right. So insight and medicine. All right. That's 14.
And you would know, as
I've
the
got a
doctor,
12.
that a failure here would mean maybe you gave him too much.
Yeah. And maybe
And-
overdoses.
Well,
They
not
all
necessarily.
die. Sorry.
It's not like you're giving him like crack. Like here to have him snort this pile of coke like Tony Montana and see what happens. But it's
I mean, I wouldn't put it up
I was like,
over a loss.
well,
your desk is
there was
just
a time, kids. There was a time.
Ooh, a 1 and a 3.
Yes.
Nice. That's a good thing because I have 2 failures.
Yeah, you've been drinking way too much.
okay.
And would my emergency medicine focus help?
Probably not.
All right. It's worth asking.
Yeah, that's more.
Oh, but I also okay, so I
treating
figured out my other
burns
focuses too, by the way, because I didn't
Okay.
give this to you before.
Oh, rock on.
I had questionable ethics and drunken heroics.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know. I had a feeling. I don't know. Before I came here tonight,
I would say that
can
either.
drunken heroics jump in on that?
Sure,
Oh
but
my gosh.
you still had to have rolled a success for those
Right.
to matter.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
for sure.
so you guys know. Sometimes I
So-
win.
At this point, it doesn't look good for this poor guy.
Oh no!
So
Even with how many successes do we need?
3.
Well, I rolled a
more.
1 and a 3.
Well, you only
We
get to
got
roll 1
2.
die when you're assisting.
Oh, I was only. Oh, damn it! I should have been doing the roll, and you were drunk. That's the
And the ship
problem.
can't help with this one, can they?
The ship can help.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And it wouldn't
Well, one
matter
of
though, 'cause
those
we still
can
need
be-
one more anyway, right?
Can one of those be the ship and one of them is...
That's fine.
Just let this guy die. Apparently.
Put him out of his misery.
Jeez.
So with the ship's assistance, as you're administering the hypo spray, the computer beeps, and it you look over at it, and it's all like, "Don't give him any more. That's enough."
Oh,
And you're
okay.
like, "Oh, cool. All right."
Great.
It's like a helpful Alexa device.
Yes.
It's Clippy. It seems you're administering
trying to-
too much.
Oh God.
Seems like you're trying to overdose your patient.
Oh, again.
Can I help?
Okay.
Clippy is bloodthirsty as fuck.
I can imagine Clippy as a supervillain. That would be amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Clippy is a super villain.
I still say that we lost the huge opportunity when Steve Ballmer bought the Clippers. That we didn't get a mascot change to be Clippy the Clipper.
Oh my God.
It appears you're trying to play a game.
It would have been so good, right? Like, how many people would just die laughing every time that guy
Yeah.
came out?
Oh,
Imagine some poor guy having to come out in the paperclip costume and dance around. It'd be amazing.
That would be great. All right.
All right.
So,
So you have administered the correct sequence
Great.
and amount of medication to help the imbalance in his head, and he seems to be leveling off.
great.
He's still unconscious until you attempt to wake him, or you can just let him sleep it off.
I guess we should probably let him rest, but I really want to know what he.
But I feel like this is a good moment for the captain and the new security chief to arrive.
Perfect.
Yes.
Scene transitions.
Hello.
Doctor, in Centrist, what do we have? Is he awake?
No, his brain. I think he had something on that planet that he ate that was toxic that created some. He was crazy a little bit. We just got him to balance him out.
Again with this word crazy.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm trying to change my language. I'm really working on it.
Wait, let me try. I'm just going to walk over to him, look at him for a second. Across the face.
All right.
I like this one.
So
Appropriate approach to
Tris looks
problems.
appalled.
I will take that as
She knows this is the face to make.
I like how she's basically a sociopath. Like, I've studied human behavior, and I know that this is the face I need to make.
Trist Bundy. This is a bunch of weird holodeck programs.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
So I will count that as administering a stimulant.
Oh, yay!
So you slap this fool. He's just dirty. Like he looks like a homeless guy. Like just real long, dirty
hobo.
beard and hair and.
I'm sorry, we didn't get a chance to wash him. We wanted to get deposits from the sediments from the planet.
Oh, that killed me.
We're working on that.
So for those of you listening, so I just described him as a real dirty space hobo guy, and Jessie looks at her hand that she slapped him with, and then reaches over and wipes it off on the captain's uniform.
You're going to have so many missions where you have to use a transporter.
Right? Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Oh, the shuttle bay doors are down again. Sorry.
Yep. Oh, those extensive shuttle bays, just can't use them right now.
But he seems to stir, and he kind of opens his eyes and he looks around the room. He's having a hard time focusing, but
Dr. Alas, our new security chief, Lieutenant
I
Jojaba.
like you.
Thank you. I honestly didn't think that would work.
Oh, no, you'd be surprised. It works down here sometimes.
where am I?
You're aboard the USS Barbican. I'm Captain Mulata. Can you tell me your name?
Is this an Earth vessel?
Yes, Federation vessel.
Federation?
Are you from the Atlantis?
Yeah. I'm Lieutenant Kearney. Serial number 004386.
Lieutenant Kearney, I'm afraid that there has been some... You've been in a sort of accident. Do you remember the last few years?
Well, we'd engaged with a Romulan ship, and we'd taken a few hits, but we managed to get a torpedo close enough that it detonated and they lost engine power. I went down to the planet. With someone, and I don't remember who right now.
That's normal, just so you know.
And
just get
we
slapped.
went down to see what the result of the crash of the Romulan ship was. As we were approaching the planet, there was some kind of gravitational anomaly or something. We lost contact with the ship, and then we also crashed on the planet. We weren't able to recover the shuttle pod. We were there for several months sending out a distress signal, but nobody ever got to us.
What was the date of your departure?
And he will give a date 200-ish years ago. Is when the date of the departure of the Atlantis on a mission, or the date of when he left the Atlantis on the shuttle pod.
Shuttle pod.
I mean,
Yeah.
from
Same
your
time.
perspective, they're almost the same time.
Yeah.
That's 201 years or 200 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lieutenant, I don't know how to tell you this, but there has been a temporal incursion. This is the year 23 something?
2370
yeah.
something ish.
Yeah.
68 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere through there.
This is the year blah, blah,
Sure.
blah.
He goes, what? Well, that would kind of explain this room.
There's been a few advances since your time.
But did the Atlantis make it home okay? Did Romulans get them?
They're intact. We're reading life signs, but both the Atlantis and my ship are stuck in this anomaly.
Oh.
And I think we're going to need to work together to get out of here. I don't know how many of your crew are left, but I intend to save every single one of them.
Well, thank you, Captain. Of course, I'll help out however I can. And he kind of looks down at his arms, and he realizes how just encrusted with filth he is.
Yeah,
and
we'll get you cleaned
and
up.
he's like, well, thank you so much. Yeah, anything I can do to help, I'd be happy to help.
I think we're just going to get you cleaned up. I don't think you're going to know how to use anything we got here now. Honestly. Let's just catch
That's
you up
true.
on some history and some things. How about that?
Sure,
So
sure.
first I want to tell you about...
Maybe we should leave that till a little later, Doctor.
Oh, well, let's just get you cleaned up. I'm going to want to take a couple of samples because I haven't seen dirt that old ever. They called me older than dirt. You really are. Let's go.
Instant Trist, anything you want to do with Lieutenant
Once
Kearney?
he has had a chance to clean up and feel more,
Well, he's going
in
to go take his
place.
shower.
Yeah.
then I would like to speak with him.
Probably.
I would
Yeah.
also like to speak with you, Captain, in private, if I may.
Sure. Right. Let's do that in just a moment. Lieutenant, did you, when you and your runabout were caught in the anomaly, did you catch any readings, any information at all that could suggest how to get out of this?
Must I roll for that answer?
The only other information that I haven't given out yet on that topic is that the weird object at the center is kind of runabout sized. Like, it's not a lot bigger than like a large shuttle kind of a thing. It's certainly not a big starship or anything. But it doesn't match up with any... You know, the sensors have been looking at phase in and out now for a while and sort of have given you a general shape. And it looks like it could be some kind of vessel, but it doesn't match any records that you have.
Okay. So, should I relay that little bit
Yeah,
of information? I will relay that bit of information to you.
That's probably from your tactical training of trying to
Yes.
identify ships and stuff. That's something that you notice that they maybe not have yet.
So, it could be some sort of strange vessel that's generating this thing.
Yes.
My tendency is to blow up the center of it and see what
Yes.
happens.
Yes. Yes. Emphatic yes. From me, Captain, all the way.
Why don't you return to the bridge, see what they've come up with. Give me an analysis on, or some what's the word I'm looking for? What's
Intel?
simulations? Or give me some. Is it simulate or? Damn it! What's the projections? what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, do some simulations to project for me what would happen if we blow it up. Predictions? Is that the word?
Or at least hypothesis.
Yeah. There's a word and I can't think of it. Anyway,
Scenarios?
Run some scenarios.
maybe
That
I
sounds
am
about
thinking
right.
simulations.
Simulations is the,
Yeah,
I mean,
simulations
it's a usable
sounds
term for
right,
what you're
yeah.
saying.
Yeah. But, when you get back to the bridge, see what more they might have detected and run some simulations. Let's see what might happen if we use the good old-fashioned military solution.
Perfect.
Ensign?
So once we are away from everybody, I am concerned about the doctor and also the aggressive tactics of being used by our new security officer, especially in regards to Lieutenant Kearney.
What concerns about the doctor specifically? Let's start there.
When I arrived in medical bay, the doctor was sleeping on the job and seemed to have been potentially intoxicated.
I wish I was surprised at that. I think...
So you're already aware?
Somewhat, yes. I've read through the doctor's file several times because just about once a week since I came on board, I have been uncertain as to what Dr. Elas's actual story is. All I can tell you is that despite the extremely unorthodox manner in which she conducts herself, she is a very effective and very seasoned officer.
Perhaps some counseling sessions would go a long way, though.
No.
It seems that there's something that's causing this behavior, and it has been very difficult, especially with bringing someone on board that's in such bad shape as Lieutenant Kearney.
Android power play. Love it.
I am absolutely going to order that. It's Isaac is so happy about this idea. It's like, this is really fun. And yeah.
I think it will help the doctor immensely to have someone to talk to.
You know what? I agree with your professional evaluation, and I will make sure that happens as soon as we're out of this situation. And I thank you for the idea.
I'm simply doing the job that I'm assigned to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
In game and out of game. Wreaking havoc. Oh.
and doing it admirably. Thank you. As for our new security chief, honestly, that was my instinct as well. Let's see how it goes.
You also wish to use violence to wake up a unconscious person?
It worked.
Right, yeah. Honestly, a good sharp smack once in a while is not the same thing as technical violence. And
Could you explain the difference to me?
eventually, yes. Right now, let's go get ourselves and this ship out of danger.
I will remember to come back to this conversation. I'm very interested to know the difference.
I'm excited to explain it to you, Ensign.
I'm sorry. Now it's like a recently deceased Telltale game. Like, Trist will remember that.
Yes!
Trist will never forget.
Yeah.
Positronic brain, bitches!
Right? Yeah.
65 years from now, it's like your retirement party.
Yeah. You were going to explain to me the difference between a good sharp smack and technical violence.
Genuinely curious.
All right.
Let me tell you all about it.
So, let's go back to the bridge where you arrive.
Yes.
The only additional information is that it seems like they have determined that the power drain the ship is dealing with is also coming from this mysterious object.
Ooh, okay.
So it seems to be leeching power from everything nearby and generating all these crazy waves of gravity and stuff.
Okay. So now I'm going to run projections and simulations on what will happen if we blow it up. Is that a roll?
So, yeah, for sure. Let's do insight and security.
Ooh. All right.
And the ship could probably help out with computers and security.
So I have 12.
So that's a 13 for the ship.
Oh. It's very bad. 14 and 20.
The ship got a success.
Okay. So that's one
Can
total
I
success.
assist with my command and give her a reroll?
You're not there yet.
But I gave her the command.
Too
It's
bad.
okay. It's still a
We about
success.
to blow stuff up, and it's not going
It's
to go
just
well.
that there's a complication.
You know that, right? Okay.
So,
Love it.
the simulation that you run says that a detonation of significant power near this thing might possibly interrupt the cause some kind
whole
of feedback or something. Yeah, that
Okay.
might help you. So that it estimates that maybe between 5 and 10 photon torpedoes might get the job done.
What was the word before torpedoes?
Photon.
Photon. Okay. Okay. And I'm sorry, you said how many?
5 to 10.
I have had a lot of tea, guys.
It's all good.
5 to 10. Okay. So I will tell the captain this. Can I, like, intercommunicate with...
Yeah.
Okay. Ring, ring.
So it's probably right as
Yeah.
soon as you guys are leaving sickbay.
Okay.
So you've had your conversation.
Yeah.
She just had enough time to...
What do you got, Lieutenant?
In my simulation, I have determined that a significant detonation next to this object might disrupt the hold, and it would take about 5 to 10 photon torpedoes to achieve.
Well, we have plenty of photon torpedoes, so that's good news. What would the effect be on the Atlantis?
Do I know that information?
You don't have any specific thing about... I mean,
Yeah.
you could tell them anything you want.
Oh,
You don't have any specific information.
I do not have any specific information on that front at this time.
But between you and the computer, you think it'd be safe,
I think that it would be safe.
but
Hard to tell.
it's
But
almost
there is no
impossible
guarantee.
to... Yeah.
These are tough decisions with little information, huh?
They are. They are.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Acknowledged, Lieutenant. I'm on my way. Damn it. I need counseling session.
What you gonna do when they come
Right?
for you? Yeah.
All right. Let's. Because I want to make sure that people on the Atlantis are safe. Actually, I will say this to Trist as we're in the turbo lift. We can't afford to blow this thing up if it's going to cause the Atlantis to break up and lose all of those people. We have got to get in communication with them or get over there or something.
We cannot risk everyone's safety on this ship either, but we should try to save them if there is any possibility of doing so. Perhaps a small shuttlecraft can make it over.
Yeah, maybe so. When we come into the bridge, let's...
Because
Lieutenant...
turbo lift rides are always just as long as
I
you
know,
need
right?
to have
Just
a
as-
conversation.
It's so true.
Right? Yeah.
They're magic that way.
Yeah, they are. They are. Yeah. Schrodinger's turbo lift. That actually doesn't make any sense.
No, it does not.
No.
It is both the turbo lift and not a
Heisenberg's
turbo lift.
turbo lift.
There
Right,
you
yeah,
go.
That's more. I don't know. I'm scienced out. That's why I'm not playing a science officer. When I get back when we walk back onto the bridge, Lieutenant Abrasi, do we have a count on how many life signs are on the Atlantis?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a very good question.
Let me see if I can give you the correct amount of information. Sorry. It's a decent number. Original crew complement was like in the 80s, I believe. And it seems like it's still up probably around 50 or so crew members left.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Mr. Osel, can we get transporter lock on them?
Working on it. Do I need a roll for that?
You can. You know that you don't really have the energy to do that kind of a large scale
That many people.
transport.
We could try to.
You'd have to do, you
Yeah.
have enough
Segment.
energy for like one transporter room, not let's beam up large quantities.
So maybe we can try to concentrate on their bridge. I don't know.
Let's see if we can find another way. Is there... so I'm trying to think. Is there... actually, is the Atlantis capable of moving on its own power? If we free it from this anomaly, is it going to be all right? Is it going to be?
Well, you already have enough sensor readings to know that it doesn't look like the engines are destroyed or anything. It looks like they're not powered at the moment.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of much like your ship. It seems like the power systems have been disrupted by this weirdness. So it's probably a good assumption that the power is going to life support and stuff instead of the engines right now.
All right. Lieutenant Jojevet, let's get those torpedoes ready.
Yes.
I have an idea.
Excellent.
Mr. Cordial, can you maneuver us between the anomaly and the Atlantis?
Absolutely, I can.
That's not even a roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're in this little calm eddy of gravitational forces, so you can position yourself anywhere in this bubble you want.
Osel, we're going to do a timing thing,
Okay.
and I need you ready.
Yes, Captain.
A second before those torpedoes detonate, cut power to all engines, transfer everything to the shields.
All right. Hope this works, Captain.
So do I. Or this is going to be the shortest command. I was going to say since what is his name, Thomas Kirk, but that was in the movies. It's not in our timeline. So, this will
Probably
be
since Decker.
Decker. yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah, like-
this will be the shortest command since. I think that was Thomas as well. Thomas Decker. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So that's what we're going to do. That's my plan.
All right. So you
Make
position
it
the
so.
ship. The ship moves into position. Let's roll and see about the torpedo firing.
Cool. What is that? roll?
So let's do control and security.
Okay, that is 16.
And can I assist with my command?
I think that's absolutely logical.
And battlefield tactics for the focus? Or do focuses work on assist?
They can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what? This is your plan to try and protect the other ship and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Oh, that's a 20.
Oh no!
Ooh. What do you got?
14
And an 8.
and an 8, so 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. And somebody can roll for the ship.
Okay.
So,
You're looking at your face.
Oh, I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Okay.
Also, the hardcore, the jet lag is catching. I'm like, what?
No,
We're
no,
playing
no.
Star Trek. Cool.
Oh, no.
All right.
I'll just watch from over here. All right. What do we for the ship?
the ship would be weapons of some kind? What's the stat?
Weapons.
Yeah,
is
weapons.
Sure.
Weapons
Okay.
and
Weapons
security.
And security, yeah.
All right.
Ooh, that's
So,
15.
Yeah, 15. All right.
And we have a rapid fire torpedo launcher, so we can give 3 threat to reroll a d20 and reroll damage. That's fine.
2.
Oh.
All right.
That'll work.
So that's 3 successes. That's more than enough.
We did get a complication.
Did you want to spend some momentum and a threat to
Get rid of
re-roll
the
that?
combination.
Oh,
Because you
Yeah.
said it's 3 threat, right?
yeah. Let's
Probably
spend a
not the worst
momentum and.
So 1 moment. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
1 momentum. We need 2 more.
You need two.
So
you
either
need 2 more successes.
No.
Oh.
Either you give me 2 threat tokens,
Oh.
or you give me that other momentum and only 1 threat token.
Oh, it takes 3 momentum to reroll.
Well, it
All right.
said 3 threat, right?
Oh, that's to reroll on the Oh, I see what you're saying. So this isn't just a random like I can spend a momentum to reroll. So
No, this is
Sorry,
specifically related to launching torpedoes.
Oh, okay. No, take the 3 threat. Yeah, we'll keep
So-
our momentum.
You keep the moment. All right. I'm
Oh.
gonna have to start getting more proactive with these threats.
Danger.
Okay.
Well, I think we've missed.
So reroll it.
momentum, but- Okay, all right.
2.
2. Oh.
Yeah.
And my command is a 4, so I've used a focus and got under my command, so that counts as 2 successes. Okay.
So you guys get 2 more momentum.
Huzzah.
All right.
Awesome.
So the torpedo launcher spits out. Pick a number between 5 and 10. How many do you want to shoot?
7.
7. So it sprays out a pattern of 7 torpedoes that are now flying towards the center of this anomaly. Let's see if the shields work.
Oh God. Okay. For Osul. All right.
So engineering and control.
Right. 13. He's not really great at his job. Kind of just okay.
Above average.
Above average. Just okay.
Some people get B's at Starfleet Academy.
Yep. Just okay because I got a 20 and a 12, so I got a success and a failure. Does the ship get to
The ship can absolutely help out.
help with this one?
It might be a good time to spend some momentum.
Yeah,
too.
maybe.
Engineering and
I don't know how to put this back. Okay. Oh.
it's sort of
Well,
Uh-huh.
that's
You
what
want,
happens.
you want me to roll for the ship?
Yes, please.
Okay. What are we looking at?
Thank you. Oh,
engineering and is shields one of the stats? I don't.
It isn't.
Structure.
That's weird.
Okay. So that's a 13 in total. So let's see.
Those photon torpedoes.
Yes.
And I rolled
Success.
a 9.
Okay, so you got 2 successes.
Yeah.
Cool. You managed to get the power transferred. Mm-hmm. The shields come online. Mm-hmm.
Working.
Oh, God.
The soundboard lives.
I forgot I had these.
Let's see. The shields come online. I will say that the additional strain has caused additional damage to the impulse engines.
Ooh,
Oh
okay.
no.
So, like, you probably get an angry call from Rorg. He's like, I just fix those relays. What are you doing up there? Like,
Sorry, kind of needed him.
so he's back to the grindstone on trying to fix the things you guys continually break from the bridge. In the
keep
background,
you busy, buddy.
you hear like steam noises and stuff. You're like, we don't even use steam. Like, what is happening? It's just
Water's
like a
just
metal
running through these
grinder.
tubes
Yeah.
and like it doesn't make any sense.
yeah. There's like a lot of hammering on metal, and you're
Right,
like,
yeah.
what? Yeah.
Jackhammer.
Right? Yeah. It sounds like a bellows, like a blacksmith.
Oh my god, yes. Wow. That's hilarious. All these old timey things. I like
Right?
it.
Yeah. It's old school.
Rourke has an ensign that works down there named Aziz. And it's just his job to hold a flashlight. That's all he does.
I know what's up.
All right. The shields come online. Everything seems hunky-dory there. The photon torpedoes are traveling. They get to the target. Now, were you aiming them... this is a collective question. Were you aiming to hit the thing or just get near it and detonate?
Well, I think the data said that if we blow it up, an explosion near it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
That's cool.
programmed it for like 100 feet off of.
That's near
Something
when it
like
comes
that.
to a photon torpedo.
Yeah,
Sure.
that is. Yeah,
So that's all
yeah.
good.
Like
It's totally fine.
500 feet.
But some number of
Some
feet.
number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Narratively great.
Whatever the lieutenant figured out in her projections.
Yes.
The photon torpedoes all get to the specified distance, and you just, in a series of 7, big flash of light, and you feel the ship shudder a little bit as there's sort of like a feedback kind of a thing. But the from the helm, Lieutenant New Guy announces that it seems like we're moving, Captain. And then as the sort of bright flash dissipates from the photon torpedoes, the sensors come back with information that, number one, it does not seem like it has destroyed the thing.
Okay.
It seems like it interrupted things momentarily, but not nearly long enough to try and escape or be an issue. But it seems like it has kind of changed the pattern of the gravitational waves.
Oh.
So now the Atlantis and the Barbican are slow, not speedy, but very slowly starting to move again.
We're drifting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out. We're moving. We're like making progress out.
No, like
or-
the bubble that you were in
Oh.
is no longer a bubble of nothing.
Oh.
So, but you're close together, and you're just both kind of moving the same speed.
Oh no.
But towards
the center.
again.
Oh no.
Whoops.
There's your complication.
Damn it.
Well, we did what we could.
So much for blowing it up. I would like.
I'm sorry. Additional information from
Oh.
the sensors.
Uh-huh.
It seems like you're on the right track.
Okay.
Like, it seems like a big enough detonation would work, but that no amount of photon torpedoes will get there.
Do we have
At least not the amount that
Yeah.
you have on board.
quantum torpedoes?
Love the Atlantis.
But
I was thinking that. I was
thinking, yeah.
thinking that too. I was like,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to blow up the Atlantis.
Bridge to Dr. Alas.
Yes, Captain.
Are you with Lieutenant Kearney?
Yes, Captain. He's actually just finishing up. I can get him free in just a second. You done in that shower? You've been in there for like an hour.
there was a lot of dirt.
I get it. Get everything shaved up. Everything you need. Captain wants to talk to you.
Oh, yeah. I'm and like you hear fumbling, and then the awkward like towel wrap com thing.
And then he walks out. I'm like, oh, not bad.
He's actually okay now that he's not.
Once all that stuff's off you, you're good looking.
He's only eaten like toxic mushrooms for like 5 years.
That
so
planet
like
diet did you good,
Right,
huh?
all vegan,
Yeah.
like low body fat
like all
plus
ripped.
the ab workout of all the throwing up. Like
super high.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Into it. Back in my
I just
day.
See, half
pictured
work out of
William H.
all the
Macy
throwing
from
up.
Shameless, actually.
That's probably
Yeah.
fairly accurate. But now he's cleaned up. So
Yeah. No.
yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Lieutenant Kearney, are you feeling up to traveling?
Well, sir, I'll do whatever I can to help out my crewmates.
I think we need to go to the Atlantis. And I think if you're with us, it's going to be a little easier.
No, sir, I'll get ready and of course.
Oh, it's going to be a shame he's got to put that uniform on. There you go.
Doctor, if you can join me with the lieutenant as soon as he's ready.
All right, I'll see if I can get him to hurry on up.
Yeah.
I don't mind if you take your time, no, darling.
Close the comm channel. Take your time.
This doctor is thirsty as fuck.
Yeah. What is because I'm pretty familiar with like small craft capabilities. Like, what is our can we shuttle back and forth?
At this point, it'll be pretty difficult because of you're back in the gravitation waves.
Okay,
I don't know what's happening out there, but
I know, right? Yeah.
I don't know if it's a murder or what, but we're in here.
Oh, I hope so.
It sounds like opera. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
like she was
Yeah.
just
No,
doing
it
some
may-
high note outside. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Murder opera.
Yeah, there's definitely opera happening out there.
They're not exclusive, exactly.
Right? Yeah.
It could be murder and opera.
No transporters.
No, the transporters are still online.
Oh, transporters are still online?
Yep,
You
I've
just-
been holding.
You just can't transport the whole of their crew.
Yeah.
Transport a couple
Over.
Can we
people.
take a few at a time?
You could if you wanted to start grabbing just a couple. It's
Yeah.
difficult to get a good lock on them, though.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little risky to reach out and grab people on their end unwillingly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
especially because they don't have communicators that we can lock onto
Right.
on their badge.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Lieutenant Ensign,
Yes.
gather up as many transponders as we can, badges, etc. Anything that we can get a transporter lock on, even tricorders, I don't care. But we're getting those people off the Atlantis.
Understood.
And, we'll beam an away team over, get Lieutenant Kearney to convince them to trust us, get them all marked, and get them back over here. And then we'll see how this thing feels about eating a warp core. Opinions?
Nope. I'm good.
Again, just interesting turns of phrase, Captain, always.
So, who's on this away team?
Ensign Triss, Lieutenant Jojavet. It's like
Jojo's got to go to the vet.
JoJo's got to go to the vet.
Jojavet. And Dr. Alas, and if she wants to, and what's
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go
Kearney.
anywhere he's going.
Kearney, yeah.
He looks even better in the uniform. Good. I have no idea. Time. It's very exciting for
Right,
her.
yeah.
You guys, you have to understand.
Like some very weird Benjamin Buttons.
Yeah,
happening.
Right, yeah,
totally,
yeah.
totally.
Like, yeah.
Like,
Guest star. Sorry.
And then the guy who's been a captain for a day.
Right? Yeah, it's going to be great. This is going to be awesome.
Technically, Lieutenant Kearney is the most senior Starfleet officer here.
True.
Just saying.
Yeah. Do you want to be captain, Lieutenant Kearney?
He's like,
Pretty sure you would have made captain by now. If it weren't for
Big
that, like,
fucking admiral.
right? Yeah.
he hasn't even made it this far. Like Dr. McCoy only
Right.
was like ancient at the beginning of Next
I
Generation.
know, right? Yeah. Yeah.
And that was 100 years. This guy's 100 years earlier than that. so-
Yeah. Yeah.
unless he found an old cryo sleep pod or something and crawled in and was
Right,
like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna transport the 5 of us over, and
So you all have the equipment that makes sense that you have, because this is Starfleet. It's not like you have to be like, let me go see the merchant and pay my gold and get a phaser. Like, that's a thing. But you do have additional stuff because you asked for it. Like, you have one of those little Starfleet briefcases that's just filled with comm badges.
Awesome.
So you have enough for however many life signs were over there.
Kid, you want to buy a comm badge?
Opens up her lab coat.
So much calm. We gotta keep calm.
Oh, boo.
They can't all be winners.
No, most of them aren't.
All right. So you guys step
Nice
up
try,
onto
though.
the transporter pad.
Come into you.
Oh, we're transporting again?
Yeah.
We calm in
deserve
peace.
that. Right.
It's fine.
I come
on.
in this situation.
How
We're the worst.
dare.
So,
How you dare.
We're gonna calm and go.
Wow. Wow. I need more tea.
Time of
Okay.
the night where
Tea,
things
Earl Grey, iced.
get really punny. Dun, 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 dun,
Please. It's so good.
dun, 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 dun.
Okay. So you are all ready to go. If you just want to deal with it, bite your tongue, whatever it takes, you can just do that. It's not like a debilitating fear,
Cool.
but it's something that makes you uncomfortable. And if you want
I
to,
forgot about that. Sorry,
if you want it to be an issue, you can narratively make it an issue anytime you want.
Okay.
If you want to roll to see how it affects you, just to have a little bit of randomness to it, we can do that too. So that's always up to you.
I'll pick my battles. This one seems like we'll just go.
Yeah.
Although I do think Trist will be paying particular
Yeah.
attention and be super focused. Trist is concerned about the mental well-being of literally everyone that is on this vessel who's going over
We
there.
are all kind of a hot mess.
Right, yeah.
But I think is going to be paying special attention to Jojovic.
Give a little zhuzh.
I don't know names, words, hard, bad names. Don't like.
People, places, things.
All right. So, you are all ready to beam over. It's not even a big roll. You're close range. So, you transport from here. They are able to get a lock on their transporter pad on the other end to make it even easier.
Okay.
So, it counts as a difficulty 0 task. So,
great.
Do we want to roll? Let's
Transporter
see.
guy.
Momentum?
Ulsul's on top of it.
Yeah. And actually I'd put Usul in command while we're going.
Perfect.
not Rorg.
Well, Rorg's busy in the engine
Oh,
room,
fair enough.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you disappear in a flash of light and reappear on a much older looking transporter pad. You are in a room that looks otherwise similar. It's of roughly the same size as the transporter room you left. All of the consoles have like standard looking LCD monitors on them and big actual chunky switches and stuff. That's weird for you guys, but it's identifiable at least.
Retro. I like.
My first year at the academy, they took us through the Enterprise Museum, and I feel like I'm just walking through an exhibit. This is bizarre.
We should focus on finding the survivors.
Yeah, but like a history. There's so much history here. This is amazing. All right, let's go find the people. I'm sorry, let's find the people. You're so good.
Lieutenant Kearney, we don't know how long they've perceived you as being gone, and wearing one of our uniforms, they might take them a second to recognize you. So,
An astute
Sure,
assessment, Captain.
thank you, Trist. Nah.
Hopefully the captain, we can find him and get things all.
What's your captain's name?
Let me turn back a page.
Underpants.
Reinhardt Suarez.
Oh, nice.
I like that name a lot.
Sounds hot.
It's super, right?
Yeah.
Like into it. Like, hey, you Reinhardt.
What was it? Salazar?
Suarez.
Salazar.
Juarez.
Suarez.
Yeah, whatever over there is Josephat.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, wait.
Sorry,
Yeah,
you got
nope.
me down.
Unfurl it. So, yeah.
Yeah, they're savage.
All right.
True.
Yeah.
It's so true.
So, you get there's a door out of this room. It's I mean it's a small room. There's nobody else in here.
Yeah. Do they have the cranks?
No, it's not a crank.
Oh, okay.
But there probably is a moment of being awkward as you approach the door and it doesn't open
Yeah.
because you have to actually reach over and push a button to make it open.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
So primitive. It's weird.
but you get over there. Who's going first into the hallway?
I was about to be like, not I.
Absolutely, that
scary.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you guys
slap
weapons
people.
out, or are you trying to be peaceful, or
Let's keep weapons holstered for now.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll just.
Regardless
Okay, I'll-
of how long they've been here, certainly they're waiting for some sort of rescue.
I would hope so. Our uniforms have changed a lot, but hopefully they will give us at least enough time to identify ourselves. And Lieutenant Kearney, as soon as we see anyone, make it clear who you are.
Aye, sir.
Lead the way, Lieutenant.
All
I'm
right.
right behind you.
I will do that.
You hit the button, the door opens. You kind of peek your head out into the hallway and look around. Down the hall to your left, it looks like part of the deck from above has collapsed down and sort of blocked the corridor. But down the other direction, you see it's sort of like a T-junction that you can kind of you can see down a little ways, and there's a man there with a phaser in his hand, and he's looking not towards you guys but down the other direction of the T-junction. And a flash of light comes out and hits him.
Oh no!
And then you see two other crewmen that are wearing like the sorry, in my brain. Enterprise was gold still for command, right?
Yeah, gold for command.
Yeah. So you see two crew members in gold lined uniforms grab the red lined uniform man that was just hit with a phaser blast and drag him down the hallway.
Oh.
And you can hear like there's yelling down there, like there's some sort of a altercation happening.
Phasers out on stun.
Been ready. Had mine actually. Been ready to go. Fine.
Of course you did.
I don't trust anyone. Been around long enough, and this has been around longer than me. This place, so let's
Okay.
figure out what's going on.
Kearney, like, he poked his head out just in time to see them dragging the one officer that had been hit. He's like, "What's going on with the that's the chief engineer, Phillips. What's happening?"
I don't know. There seems to be some sort of struggle. Let's proceed with caution.
Did you
Kearney?
equip Kearney with weaponry and such?
No.
Okay.
Kearney, what was your role on the ship?
I was the armory officer.
That's handy.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't suppose you know much about your communication systems, do you?
I knew how to use them. Some basics. I wasn't an engineer or anything, but
Let's see.
what do you?
Can you try and contact your captain?
He looks around inside the transporter room where the computer terminal is, and it doesn't seem to have power.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, "Not from here. We could, if we find a station that I could use, I'll certainly try."
Sure. Why don't you direct us to the bridge? Lieutenant, stay on point.
Sure. As you get out in the hallway, you can see better down there where things are going on. And it doesn't seem like anybody has noticed your group yet, because you're sort of off to the side. And it looks like, now that you're out here, you can see that where they dragged the officer that was hit by the phaser blast, it seems like they dragged him to a vertical ladder and took him off the deck down. And it seems like there's 2 guys by that ladder that are both still wearing the command gold color.
Yeah.
And they're actively shooting back and forth with some guys that are in engineering red at the other end of the hallway. Not tons of fire, but like it looks like they're sort of just covering the retreat of their friends down the ladder, and they're starting to go down the ladder too.
All right.
Without more information, it's difficult to tell exactly what the cause of the situation is. Could be that they have run out of food. It could be that there's something that is causing a imbalance.
Could be a mutiny.
There are a lot of factors.
Could be anything right now. Could be bunnies.
Probably not that, Captain.
Sorry, it's just an old thing I remember. Let's try to get to the bridge and avoid any confrontation if we can, until we figure out what's going on here.
I'm up for keeping safe. Let's do it.
Communication at a distance does seem wise.
Yeah. Proceed with caution, Lieutenant. Do we come across any bodies or unconscious
Not right
people?
here, no.
Okay.
Ooh, not right
Not right
here. Bum, bum, bum.
Well, they're not just piled in the hallways. I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right.
Oh, no bodies on the floor?
No.
So the bodies have not hit the floor.
No.
Okay.
No
Okay.
bodies.
Something
No.
obviously wrong with the gravity plating, because they have
Yeah.
floated away.
There's nothing
Floating.
wrong with me. You keep saying that, but
So,
yeah.
if you guys want to try and sort of remain subtle about this and not really talk to them directly or anything, you're going to need to do a control or daring and security check.
All of us?
Now, you guys want to go to the bridge,
Yeah.
you said? So that is a difficulty 4
Ooh.
check.
And is this each of us roll separately, or is this a...
This is a collective effort.
collective.
You guys talk about who's going to do the primary roll. They're going to be the one with the 2 dice, and then other people can assist,
And
but
everyone
you
else can
can't go
assist.
more than 5 dice total.
Okay.
on the roll.
Okay.
My control and security is 16.
Ooh, that's very good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
mine's-
better than mine.
Because you've got the security.
14,
I think
so-
that's going to be on you.
Yeah. I
Right.
can assist with command, and
That's fine.
and that gives us a reroll.
And you can also consider buying dice with momentum. While you
Oh,
guys
that's
figure
right,
out
we have
who's
all that
rolling what,
momentum.
I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
All right,
Okay.
great.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, so are we just discussing
So-
this, or are we rolling?
Yeah. So you got
discussing.
You've got 2 dice.
Yes.
My assist gives you 1 more.
Sweet.
Are we going to use this momentum? Because I think we've got a
Yeah.
lot of it
Yeah,
right
we
now.
should.
Yeah.
We have a
It's
lot.
a good time to use
we
it.
should spend at least one.
I think so. Yeah. So because 1 gets us another die, so that gives us 4.
So we can
Sweet.
get 1 more. My rolls have not been great tonight, so
I could roll in.
And-
yeah, I might opt for you.
Yeah.
All right, so that gives us.
Yeah, because as far as I know, multiple people can assist as long as we don't go over the 5 dice.
Right, all of us can assist for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
My contribution is that momentum.
Okay. All right.
All right, so I'm going to
So we
roll.
roll an extra one.
Convert
So
that
you
into
roll
a die.
3.
Oh, I roll 3. Okay.
Uh-huh. And then Trist rolls 1, and I roll 1. Okay.
Okay. Should we wait for him
Yeah,
to
we
come
should
back
wait.
to roll?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Just kidding. Let's set them all down as ones.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at that! Wow. We all rolled.
We
a
got
one.
5
We weren't conspiring what?
Everyone got a 1?
We rolled
Yep.
5 dice, and all of us got 1. So it's like 10
amazing.
successes.
I
so-
know. Almost too good to be true.
Yeah.
I am so proud of all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It was a skill.
I didn't actually
yeah.
roll any. I opted to for us to use momentum.
Yes.
Because my rolls have not been great tonight.
So the momentum gives us 1 extra dice, right?
Yep.
So Jesse's going to roll 3, and then with a 16 difficulty, right?
Yes.
So I'm assisting with daring plus command or insight plus command.
Now, do any of your focuses apply here?
Oh, I'm not sure. What kind of... I have meditation.
That's super helpful. You meditate too. I knew we were going to be friends.
Oh.
Starfleet protocol.
Starfleet protocol.
Probably could work.
Okay.
Basically, if you can come up with any reason why those focuses would apply in this situation, and it's reasonable, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
So Starfleet protocol makes sense because
Okay.
that's kind of things haven't changed that much in the command structure of a starship
Yeah.
in this much time. So so if you roll under 4, they count as 2.
Excellent.
Success.
Okay. Cool.
And then, so I'm assisting with command. But
Check.
what attribute should I use? Is this insight, or is it control or daring?
Probably, it's probably going to be daring.
Daring. Okay.
Since you're doing it from a command aspect, you're
Yeah.
kind of being like, we got to get down this hallway quietly and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then battlefield tactics.
sure,
Okay.
there's people fighting and you're here.
Right.
And
Okay.
then I'm able to assist as well?
Yeah, because that's 3, 4, and then you would be 5.
Okay. So I'll roll control and security, and I have lead by example. So I can help. I can move have a lot of function control because of being an
That sounds
android.
perfect. I am going to spend some of my pile of
No.
threat
Oh. I knew it was too good to be true.
to increase the complication range on your
Oh, okay.
So if you get an 18, 19, or 20,
Ooh.
Oof.
it's going to be
Complication.
a complication.
I
All right.
don't make things so.
Because I have a huge pile of it, and if I don't spend it, I'll never remember
That's
to.
too,
I
yeah.
understand.
It's kind of how we
Alright.
were feeling about the momentum, too.
Are we all rolling at the same time?
Um,
Doing
I'm
this?
gonna wait to roll
Okay.
until you guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Yes,
oh
please.
boy. Okay.
Lucky.
7, 18, and 16.
Okay.
So that's
So that's 2 successes
and a complication.
And then I got... So we might be able to re-roll one.
Ooh, 5.
Ooh, 5.
Ooh.
Keep it.
Yeah, doesn't let my focus count it as double, but it is a success.
Okay.
And then, yeah, whenever I assist another character using my command discipline, the character being assisted may re-roll a d20.
Ooh.
So you can re-roll that 18.
Let's do it.
Alright, so do that.
It
Wait,
wants
is
to
it-
be an
it's-
18
It
again.
really wants to be an 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
That's like that movie.
no, that's a 16, you guys.
Oh,
Is it?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, guys. I
Oh,
need
yeah,
an
it
eye
did look
check.
sexy.
Cool. So 3 successes now. Or 4.
4.
4.
Thanks for having vision.
Right, yeah.
And that's
And
a
then
12
12.
under my 14.
Okay.
Ooh, 5 successes!
So
Good
you
work, team.
regain your momentum point. You managed, like, Kearney kind of directs you towards where there's another access ladder to move between decks. And you move up. You get up to the bridge. Just a second. You get up to it's they call it B deck, right? So it's the one right underneath the bridge.
Okay.
And it seems like the emergency airlock on the ladder you've used is sealed, and you can't get to the bridge. And the little panel indicates that there's no atmosphere beyond.
Oh, no atmosphere. Carney, where would they set up command if the bridge is exposed?
Possibly down in engineering. You know, most of the ship systems are accessible from there. Possibly in the armory.
Let's check engineering.
That
Seems
sounds
most
safer
likely.
than the armory.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Okay.
What do we get ourselves into?
Unless the armory's empty because they're all firing at each other.
Oh gosh.
So you want to make your way from all the way up here,
Yeah.
all the way down to engineering. It's going to be another 4 difficulty roll.
Damn it!
Unless you want to do something here,
He
that's
takes
also
a
an option.
Heavy
Yeah.
swig of
I
tea.
know, right? Yeah.
I mean, unless there's some way to patch into the systems from
Oh,
here.
yeah. Can we maybe figure out how to patch into the communication
If you want to explore a little bit of this deck and look for a computer terminal or
Yeah.
something, you can totally do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
So let's
Good idea.
do.
It's interest. Nice.
That positronic brain.
I know. I was
know,
like,
right?
damn,
Yeah.
Trist is so smart.
I suppose it has schematics of warp 5 vessels, does it?
Right?
Probably not.
No.
You know what? Make a
Oh, yeah, can we
insight
try to-
command roll.
Ooh, okay, I can do that. Insight and command is 14. Oh god, no, 19 is 16. That does not work. Wait, can I spend momentum to re-roll? Or is it spend momentum to add?
To add dice.
I'm gonna spend a momentum and add that one.
Okay. Yes.
Wow.
Spend
That
it.
was betrayal. 11, okay. Whew. Okay, one success.
So you did remember to load a schematic of this type of vessel onto your tricorder.
Of
before
course
you left.
I did. 'Cause I am...
Because you like looking at vintage, like...
Right, yeah.
We were both really into the vintage aspect of this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh yeah, this is so cool. with the-
Plus, you have Kearney with you, so it's going to be a difficulty 2 roll
okay,
to make it through this deck without being noticed. By
all right. So,
I'm gonna do the
should we
same
do this?
array.
Yeah, same.
Same,
Yeah,
yeah, it can be
same
the same
roll? Okay.
situation.
Yeah.
So 3 again?
Huh?
All right.
Well, if we're gonna spend
Those
momentum.
dice weren't nice.
Oh yeah. Do we?
But
wanna
we only
spend
have a
them?
2.
You only need to
Yeah.
get 2 successes.
So
Let's
I
not
would say
spend
let's.
momentum.
So
Yeah.
just 2?
Just two. Yeah.
Yeah.
And 16 is the difficulty I'm looking at. 10 and 8.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
And I got a 6.
Just for shits and giggles,
Oh,
I got a 1.
fun.
Ooh!
So that's 3 additional successes.
Yeah.
Wow. So we did the thing real hard.
Yeah.
All right.
Load it up.
Now
So,
I'll spend some of these.
You guys shuffle down the hallway, and
Yeah.
there's a couple of points where like you've seen other crew members moving about. You've seen like it seems like there's several crew members that you've seen that are carrying like little crates with almost looks like vegetables. I mean, you weren't close enough to be like, "What's in that bucket?" But
Weird.
you see like some greenery sticking out the top and that kind of stuff. And they exited one room, went down, and went into another one.
Little ship of horrors. Okay. I
Right.
gotta feed the plant.
You get down the hall and you get into an unoccupied crew quarters. Excuse me. And in there is a computer terminal. So you can make an attempt
Ooh, to check the computer.
to use the computer and see
Okay.
what's going on.
What do you need for that?
Well, who's going to do it is the question. It's probably a reason science or reason engineering.
I believe
Got
that's Trist.
I got a 15.
Yep, that would be you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you don't want to use my 9?
I think we're probably better off
Yeah, you think?
using the positronic situation.
I will also say that if you let
And one of my talents is computer expertise.
Lieutenant Kearney use it, it's just free.
Oh, well then why don't we
Oh.
do that?
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you trust Lieutenant Kearney.
Oh, I'm gonna go
You
with
still
Tris.
make your decisions.
Yeah, I think we can trust him. Whatever's going on with these people on board, I don't think he's part of that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I will.
So,
I will
like, he
trust.
sits down and he
And he's
types
very,
in
very
his
good looking.
he
That
types
helps
in
his
his login,
trustability.
and it opens right up. You know, he has
Access.
command level access essentially
Oh, really?
Oh.
because he was one of the senior
Yeah.
staff.
Yeah.
So,
See if you can raise your captain.
puts in a query for like location of the captain and all that, and the ship has some box text that I can read.
Oh.
Those of you that didn't catch the first episode, this first little arc of story I'm running through from a pre-written adventure called A World with a Bluer Sun. For those of you following along at home, because a lot of times I've gotten feedback from people that they like being able to look at essentially what are my GM notes to see how I handle the things you guys come up with and how it applies to stuff that's already written. Because let's face it, a lot of the times player characters are like, oh yeah, we're going to go do that. And I'm like, okay.
That's just rebelling against the systems that are put upon us.
Right?
Exactly.
Yes.
The crew of the NX Atlantis, under command of Captain Reinhard Suarez,
Such a good name.
had already, yeah, it is a good name for sure, had already had a tough time in the Earth-Romulan War. They had repeatedly fought against the faceless Romulans. 2 years ago, while they were coming to the aid of an Earth colony, the Atlantis drove off 2 birds of prey. They destroyed one of the vessels and chased the other one into an asteroid field before shooting it down in this uncharted star system. Shortly after sending the shuttle pod down to the surface, however, an anomalous wormhole appeared. It generated an enormous amount of fluctuating gravity. Fighting against the strange gravity sapped the Atlantis of her power and trapped the starship. When the crew detected a small craft also caught in the wormhole, they brought it into the launch bay. An armed security detail opened the lifeboat, and the creature lunged out and instantly absorbed one of the crewmen.
Oh no.
It happened so fast, no one there could even describe what the alien looked like before it took the shape of their shipmate. Horrified, they opened fire, and the alien fled into the bowels of the ship. The hunt began. Suspicion and rumors have spread like wildfire throughout the crew. Was this a Romulan? No one had ever seen one before. Was the enemy now among them, or was this something else? Trapped aboard the Atlantis with systems failing and unable to trust one another, the crew's paranoia seems to have festered and violence has broken out. Trying to calm a fight between the first officer, Caitlin Mallory, and the chief engineer, Darlene Phillips, and the crew members that followed each of them, Captain Suarez was killed.
Oh, no.
Many blame Mallory, believing she saw an opportunity to take command by killing the captain. Following the captain's death, Mallory's first official act was to launch an inquisition that only further drove the crew into opposing factions. So as he kind of has read this to you, like, he just looks horrified. Like, he's like, what is going on?
It's all Lord of the Flies and stuff up in here. It's crazy.
Oh, see, I was going to go with the thing. They went so fast, but it was totally a husky before it turned into one of the crew members.
R.I.P. Reinhardt.
So,
Right?
Very
Had a hot name. We're sad.
Really upset about that.
Such a bummer.
So,
But he's gonna be an awesome one night stand.
the ship seems...
Captain, I have to have lots of sex with guest stars. That's what I do.
So true.
There's no executive officer, and this is the next generation
Right?
era.
Yeah.
So you might have a little,
little.
but that guy that's now in the morgue, he was scheduled to get most.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, he's in the morgue now. So
Yeah, so
right.
you got to pick up the slack,
And
I
I'm
guess.
Ultra Captain, so...
Yeah, it's tasteful.
That's right, I forgot.
It's going to be the doctor is the sex symbol. Like, little old lady gets all the play.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
You don't get what you don't try for.
see.
Please tell me played by, like, Cloris Leachman.
Yes, in my
or,
mind,
like,
it's like Elaine Stretch. Do you know
Oh,
what I mean?
Yes.
Oh
my God.
Like, I'd like to propose a toast. So,
yes.
tell me, Carrie. Anywho's.
So it
Back to
seems
the
like the ship has been divided into 3 factions. So there seems to be the engineering crew, they sort of banded together. The command staff banded together, and the sciences crew seemed like they kind of divided up along department lines about who they knew best and who they trusted.
At least the color coding makes it easy to tell them apart. If there's some sort of creature, like a changeling or an what's the word?
Shape-shifting.
Shape-shifting. There's
Doppelganger?
no, there is Marta in Star Trek 6. What did they call her? Something morph. Damn it. Can't remember.
Yes.
So not that everyone keeps the genitals in the same place, Captain. Damn it, I forgot the name of them. But anyway, say that.
The report doesn't seem to be any species like that you may have ever heard of.
But it's something that like attacked them and then assumed the form of one of them, right?
Yeah, it's almost like the way it's described. It's almost like sort of an amorphous shape, like straight attacks a person, and then as in the blink of an eye, only the person is standing there.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
But it may explain why you've only seen people moving around in pairs.
Oh, yeah. Were there visuals?
There's probably not. Like, they didn't have a lot of 1984 surveillance. It's not like the Next Generation. It's like, there's a camera everywhere.
Right, yeah.
Like, anytime anything weird happens, we can just roll that tape back.
Yeah. But if there's some sort of doppelganger type alien creature on this ship, we can't risk taking that back to the Barbican.
No.
So we're going to have to isolate whatever this is and take care of it before we can rescue these people.
Take care of it and then kill it. Yeah, we gotta kill it.
Yeah, I mean,
But it could be intelligent. We have to at least identify who and what it is.
It could just be scared.
Yeah, we gotta kill it.
I'm on board with killing it.
If
Killing you, I liked you.
Kill it. Yeah.
if we have to, then
Yeah, we'll kill it.
but I would prefer us to find a non-lethal solution first.
Okay,
Those are my orders, Doctor.
I hear you. Aye, Captain.
Lieutenant. We stun first, ask questions later.
Okay.
I'm wondering how they were unable to tell it apart without. Well, perhaps with the medical devices we have now, we can scan. I have forgotten that the ship is so much older and the technology is so much outdated.
Oh, I do have my medical tricorder, so I could try to...
So
Yeah.
perhaps we could identify what they could not.
Let's see what we can do.
All right, advanced technology for the wind.
Yeah.
Let's see that.
We are going to have to find some way to get all three factions to trust us, or at least believe we're neutral parties.
They will be suspicious of us immediately.
Yes,
Yeah.
agreed.
Kearney? We should probably have him go out there first, Cap.
Kearney, can you send a message to the leaders of the three factions? Ask them to meet us here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right now?
Yeah.
You prepared? Okay.
Tell them they can bring another person so that they don't have to travel alone.
Yes, sir. Then he starts typing out a message.
Let's see what happens when they show up. As everyone comes in, let's get a medical scan.
Okay.
Ensign, I will be counting on you to evaluate them psychologically.
Of course.
Oh, you're going to do great.
I don't know what we're looking for, and I don't expect you to either, but report anything that seems strange.
They're all going to be strange, Cap. I'm sorry. Yeah.
These people have suffered serious trauma of one sort or another. We are looking at an extremely complicated and volatile situation. They're going to be at each other's throats. They're going to want to start shooting immediately. Kearney, tell them they have to leave their weapons outside this room. Understood?
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, he starts typing out the message, and you can see it because it's an actual keyboard. And he's typing out the message and getting ready to send it off. When the ship-wide PA system comes on, This is Acting Captain Mallory speaking. As you may know, we now have Chief Engineer Phillips in custody. She stands accused of mutiny, and may very well be the alien intruder. That would explain a great many things about her behavior of late. A military tribunal will convene within the hour in the main conference room on B-Deck to determine the Chief Engineer's innocence or guilt. Those that wish to attend must relinquish their weapons to Lieutenant Parrish upon arriving at the computer core. All other access points to this deck have been sealed. That is all. He pauses. He's like, should I still send this message?
Yeah. Send it.
Okay.
And tell Acting Captain Mallory I want to talk to her right now.
He
Savage fan.
and the message is rocketed off. And I think that's a great place to stop for the night.
Oh, right on 10 o'clock.
Oh.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Professional.
Look at us.
Woohoo!
I should have had you take one at the beginning. I need a picture.
Oh, well, we can do it.
Yeah, we got it. It's in the docket, I promise.
Okay.
So, thank you for joining us. Hopefully, I didn't mess up as many things this time in the rules, but I think we're doing better. I think we're getting a handle on this.
now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right now, the
Stu's
form
inbox is just bing, 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 bing.
is blowing up.
Yeah.
Kid Dave is the worst Star Trek GM ever.
Let the doctor assassinate him with drugs.
I'm here for you people.
So, we will be back in 2 weeks. To see what happens. And if Acting Captain Mallory is swayed by this text message.
By actual Captain Barely. Malata. She doesn't know I've just been captain for like a day.
That's true. And you're the Ultra Captain.
Right? I'm Ultra Captain.
So, yeah, that's great. And please remember, if you're interested at all in helping us out, head to the Happy Jacks website to do that survey for us. We really appreciate all the people that have sent them in already, and it really helps us figure out what we can do better and what we can do to make things more fun for everybody. Because really, we'll take any excuse we can to just sit around the table and have fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the best.
And we like to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh, it's gone.
Cool.
Live long and prosper.
Give me a second. I have double jointed fingers.
Yeah.
Oh my god, me too.
They're really intense.
That's
This
fine.
is
Me
very
too.
hard.
I'm not going to show the whole camera, but me too.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Okay, bye.
Now, behold the calendar.
The calendar.